school na dad na nkola na say no mko school a nsu bebia monum suompo na it was very bad during the atamis time no obotum ya de ni na my friends and na kufado so apostle so say a friend say atamis na bedachi san baby wa how can I not fail to vote for him into me the end is na me there metal man me end this
oh dabi say na me bra ken free SHS sabi ono onko free SHS ni bi na mum o say amanfo say free SHS can you botum okay you discover be show botum na say free SHS ni wa o ma me no papa be frɛ we kura say hey kwaku yesif ye nua na ko school admission fee 15,005 1,002 then ni za scan be show botum no yasin yi in some way bi e de yi but me dwin say scan be show botum na sa ban na amfa no ma bi a antoto fam ebe ma ye ho ahahan a sika no be je obotom kra besen akọ nti omo ka say ye first can share botom first can share botom no me nti omo ase so what I say afane sa ban dis kana be share botom na say one friend say unua no benu omo wanya school say omo kwa so omo be friend say fast as kana ya san bitu nti sika na be share botom no e me share botom ye nti the other be share botom no ni say sika na share botom na wo force ya wunya ni ye friend say faculty school fees ye nti in that way we are discussing botom indirectly hey brother to aso no po experience TOASO to aso capital letters #join news
asa yes
me NDC me MPP me CPP say yes NDC MPP ya jam I me no an my we bia
yes system man yes system because the school ya first equal school ngola to continent school full of the whole term and the back actually be so being continent school be say a friends here 3 good 3 months no matter if be say 4 months na onko na matter if yeah but na we say education you don't know what is education some how can na when them say friends at school am here na free education go do me be friends
you be careful munja CPP bra dabi munja CPP bra and this am onye
no be say asana about 2.5 months
2020 ibi show nana
my camera didn't around ma I am agufado one to man Adama mama agufado Adama masa one to man there nebia I go wire kwame nkoma agufado nebia I go wire kwame nkoma mama come asam Adama jarma to aba fi there agufado ya no ateri bia Adama moto aba man there ayimpa odoyimpa ehuyimpa mobwa yeba be so 7 year nke biabo agufado atwemutan abatenu bi matabo gama katamra abatembre makata
nya confirm mo give bomb kina nya mo ayen discuss Ghana ska nya ina what be show bia no kotokum ayeye kwa obako school free light ya de bosubesia ne yakoi insu free bosubesia ne yakoi na pay na pay baade e pade ya nkwato topade ma school for ina was the new be ama one topade ama one topade
na wa ba say school yo
osu aside dan
na wa ba say school wa ba say
ma mi te menyim de
wa ba say adan wo che ban wo school sa be krodom nka ala kwon chefu akwon na chi wo baja yipa na yina wo baja wo la kana for mo na na wo de yi nka ala kwon for mo na na ba for ma ya wo sro
this year no yarishema ye begina free education no do se be o ye pehyan mba hone ye ya ye pehyan nchimba no hone kan kwa onsada ye hwe za obi abaya wanye ni ye momo sada ye hwe adwuma pa na wa ba na ye retua do no adwuma bia wa hyase wonwie mpa wo wie bi ye nyina he enyu atua as Ghana fo no ye hu mpemprenso a we bedru adwuma oso he na akọ Ghana fo mama he enyu omfura osada ye bo ehe na enyu a On said that ye did because ye free day ya bakasa. Mommy and no more friend of one dachi. My friend no here.
Debbie, oh, Jamahama, Debbie, Debbie. If you ask my way, no crack, I could see you. I'm a man could say that. Nkamese Ghana youth. Titirum Pabla Makatiano youth Nanka Sankasomi and Toma and Bahama. Shlada. MPP Yamudo. Nanado Batia do Yamushe. Bibian Wayang. Bibian Wayang. Wama Memu. Youth in black. I got you know, Nadet, and I didn't know what I watch Robo Yantade. No, what are you to no, some may be in fact. No, some may back here, black, Taba, Columbia, Yablo. And some are back. Oh, yes, you, come back.
I don't be general that to abide there. I mean, what the free education Abba on your no hope. Was also was a light free, pipe free. Nina yon amoyo. She wear one of you to me to Abba Papa. She paid the junction. Unprofond Bala will paper accident allows to when it interchange Abazia Wabi Razi. What to be one baby or order. You wear one of what's there? What friend and one Abazabazi, one factory, no one Abazabazi. Ning Naira, you won't be a hole. Ning Naira, you won't be a hat. That's what a cat. See a winnie. There you want them while away and will wear many. That's who wear for. Yet the while you whom.
Well, I'm sure say why would tia dear way or share and your man for bridging us from the Betuaba. To the beer, may I sure say you have a say, anyway, now the Betuaba. But whether I like it or not, that is what is going to influence when if I can say whatever to aba. Need 100.9 Ghana Montie Jumedia Sino so go ya can go man no pay na ya wada ya September ne to so edu. E fam kwesi aboagye na Jumedia ho chia me. Yatna si ye wo mu akope meye no ndu anope de bon krata no nkomo no enche ye hyase ye de animu nsem no na de be fiti ase efia yakọ ne age stories na nkasa details no se na sitie interviews ahodo ya chichiri ni nyina ye de be bremu eye enne ya wada anope ekyeje wakọ de enanana ma akoma ba efia omo kame ho beboa akenkan de bon krata no de amai wadwenche obetimi de fire WhatsApp line no so ewo 050 3721744 05037211744 no pay na wode wa dwenche e de aba e wodwumedie so yam twentwen so ye ka gum pekonam ye di ne show so nti ye de yam twentwen so kura de bon krata no ye hwensem se ne sitie wenim
jo ene na chronicle de bon krata no ne ene wo ba adwaso yi wode aba betu anim se bra na demonstration ekoso a chemmamu no mo ensem ayetia wo mo kire se Oma painter da John Dramani mama ni NDC fuei. Modi mani esi achimfo so dodo de biara da no mo sore pena mo kasa de gu ye hufim. Mo kwa kasa social media share achimfo ye mafia fo mo ye saka wane grandpa pese. Eno mo se abba ankokrafo nkwa na gu achim da bi. Ene emrante ne maba we atomwagu monte so aye kire pa. Eno mo de ato oma panyin anim se oma painter da anim se ne small can one train sign na one sign empa chewo. Se so kwata chiman eno ewo bunu istmantam ni mu a Omanfo ataki for mate dene wa unse fidie tintintima engura ya de sakre ni nya fa so pafiri mu no ye kwa akoye bi won mana Josport group of company for ene e kwa akoye sika ewo mu no eye 15 million euro sika ne mum na ebrekro na mro panyin bi oni mu de e de fa baba wo de ato Ghana for nim se social ye nhia wo do so a meche epone so a won no mutimu odi na mimu fo kokogina so no mateche nkrofo asie aji hwehwema adidwane ene yesi ye ma ba ne emma navy fo no wakade na omofa moban wei eye chronicle
daily despite obokrata no enam de eto so na me de to so wa hanum ne de Ghana man pani da John Dramani Mahama eda anim hanum akrata na kuchiri e won krata na anim a wo kire se de ntia me pesa me san baba ye man pani biemu no e wo krata nim ti wo se edosu kokomu a ye betimi a kire mu de akira Ghana fo ye pa momo atene maye na wo pesa wo ba biemu no
asepa na wasi ora ho yinso ne book a wo hwere de fa ye mampani dada Rollins ne na mamuo ne kanidi a wo babedi wo maga na hanom no nso no eno so wasi ebi e wokrata mu ntia no so yendo so konkomu ni ankenka maga na fo nso ente na wasi Ghana mampani na adodankwa kufu adon so na ekasa de ache DKM customers yi wase mo si kanka ya no yebehwe na afa yetuatua de amamu anto asa September boshome no enkwawie ye de na jase yetimi atua amam fram na bibia atimi akoye papa Ghana mampani so e de aso abofom a wo hwe se yebetimi asi solid waste treatment plant e wo Bono East region no eno so e da anim hanom a wo hwe Ghana mampani na nadodankwa kufu adu kuta sofi on nsem ena wasanwa agakra na nanom ayemfo ejina ne nchen na mpanifo awodo no aso ejejina ne nchen a wo mu edi sa dwumade enu a daily despite the bokrata ebo ye ho amane
na graphic je bokrata no ni oba no na West Africa Examination Council mpanifo wa yeke mpanifo chem se dabi eniema ekoso Ghana se no etan se enkura ba betwero so hwe be wusesa questions ni bisa na sense bisa no na ebi eda montre social media wodo na enkura na kwakonya apo omo edi ba betwero enhwe be wie na ma enkura nim die won ate abafom etu amu kire se website bi won mu amakomako aduenu ba ko 21 omo na ye saade ne pa ye nim ba bi omunya questions ni firi be koto montre so eti aboabo mu nyina da no ede de wakoma ba abofo so mu ni etie ni enchom ni enclose sa website ni nyina na ye hu se ampa ye bo adwuma ede amaya de hwahye ya hodo no ena omampanyi a kire se won tena se fa emma efi emre Ghana fo ebre betia bibi ede afa ho eno etu kofia so ho no mo de aso abofom omba besi eye recycling plant ho no mo a omampanyi eka wasem ewo graphic de bokrata anim
Medeganianta de bokrata no enam de eto aso Bono East mantemu asabre wo mo nsa ba be kan waste treatment plant no ani nyina wo chese sika boti an wo hwe anim so omde be ye 15 million euros no ena eno so eda anim hanu Ghana mampani e de aso asa enwan yi bia wo to e de a kire se ye ba be hye ase ya ne sa na nanom ayemfo ani omamfo wo achem ene wo mo so e de oye cheche nchire nchare so wo no mo a ni nyina wo ye che na ekọ e de etia ye Ghana mampani dada John Dramani Mahama so ka sa achemfo ya achem mafia sakawafo ni nyina so eda krata ya nim hanom na opani bi anase papa bi so ene wo se sabre de court ko batan no abu no atan se won kwankwadan na duafie mfinhia du enam se wakọ bokro no tenten pa Ghana population and afa health census no so ni nyina wo se betimi aba so a na afia ye besan asim obiem no ene betimi ede ahye so a Ghana tan da bokrata no eyi asotire ewo ho
na searchlight da bokrata ni odi omapanya be de akire Dr. Abawomia enfonyini aba na yerim se wo atifido apoye mantem atifido atoye West Upper West region mum ena wo kasa di tudwa chese kwasi da no ene adwa da no a NDC for kodo manifesto edi lutietie sime wo mankoye eye copietus enti ode ho ensem aba betudwa wana mo etwa simi e wa Ghana ase ena mo de ato mampanyem se afiwe se do mna be 10 million vote e de afiro mo enchen na nhwaye mu hine e kasa no se ajapadi no eye original
Daily guide obokrata no me to aso da mu a eye achemfo so de ahye so de atia Ghana mampani dada John Dramani Mahama no so eda anim hanum na Ghana mampani e de ekode ama Ghana for se munyimi ni o mu wogide wo me mu papa na me se ameyo me ose ade ayo na ne waye bi pen so ene efre no ose ade ayo anasa ye bi pen na wo se mugimi di a me ba be hwe se ne maka nyina no mesan atoa so aye e de ama mo pepepe eno so eye nsam ada daily guide obokrata no anim hanum na Ghana mampani abedi akire Dr. Mamadu Bawomia wono so ena ekasa wa hanom yi wo se NDC amanyoko pa momra megina simpia no nkasa na mfa manifesto de amobetimi aya de ama o maga na yeto abade mamu a mobetimi aya moba ya ya ne era na chese mu yi bi firi mu ne mo de era da no amohwe amantimi anyene no aso ena mo ya no masa de ato wono mo nya ne amokire na betimi akopi yan ideas na so ye work pa de ye dwuma pa muntimi enkopi da biada Ghana Ghana mamu nso hanom wo chese se ekopiem e US mamu a na chese Ghana mind hye bia wo honom waku na yire ya wo chese wo sanso eye sofo pon a eno so eye nsem a epiemu efiri eba na osebuno is sabre de wo mo waste plant a edikan kra no Ghana mampani e de aso abofom a ye ba be hye ase asidi amom daily guide enim eno no
na eye statement de bokrata ni enra na nananom ne adehye mo achem omo ye kire no mo ekasa no mo de ti o mampani dada John Dramani mama ni NDC for him say ye kan wo bi po ye sakawa na sakawa ko so Ghana ha say ya na eye wo ma painter da John Dramani mama mamu mu ene sakawa na ye fili gadoji ejina wo ni ye di enti wo na ese etimi ka che sesabi wo ye sakawa na nanom ensema mu di tudwa enonom ena wo ma panyini edi nani a kire bru east ni ahafomantem ni mu se atebubu amantem akwa omo eye fidijuma na so matintim fidijuma bia ni de starch ho adwuma no mo ye omo panyini akwa hwehwe sika ewo mu no eye 34 million America sika nim ebrekro na mu ena tachiman omo akwadi aso abofom a won ba besi eye treatment plant no eye enwura ho gyehye ahodo ba be ya boa ebe ma maburu su anya adwuma ye sika ewo mu no eye euro no 15 million Omanpanyi eye aban ene just one group na ekura nyumakuo ena aka bomu a omudi sa adwumade ne de asom Ghana wey eye statesman.
The new crusading guy that wakrata and watch us say eye akompra ko Canada Japan na no akoyi ne ka o ne ya so akoyi ne ka ni nyina ene se wakokasa e de etiatemuafo baako ama sa abre de wato nsa de afre no so omra eye atemuo fie mra meyi ne ho ano ni okunim adama wodi kan wono so e na ede ensamato Ghana fo adimu wose wanya nte se aya na asensem bu twaguo se wono ende ko inshate eye mabu na wo mo ewo potem wono so wo mo enye eniema bi enfa enti asrafo wo ho no da bi enya sa wontumi nya sa akra wonim se mra wo man mu enti wonfa ne nsa anase ne ye entia sa emra no kra da bi ada achemfo nso wo mo damu a wo mo ye de tia Ghana mampani da Dramani Mahama no so eda anim hanom BPPI enso ede abasobonsam akọ ede amagana mampani na adodankwa akufuado wasabre ni di ayabo so mra metiam se ekogwase tinani na wompem eye wo mo entoto ye nsama nyina emfa nkonkan no so en wo mo ebo no abodini ewo ho na Ghana Exim Bank nso en wose sabre de se na be na mfididwuma betimi akonkan no ntie no wo mo eboa ewo kwa sonko so a the new crusading guy da obokrata no etubi amane ya na pay
na heritage da obokrata ni odo ma painter da John Dramani mama fo nyina bam ena ogru ajeni bubuate ekasa dia manu a kire se eja ya hia da ye nya betwe be hu akokoro mawre ede ebe achopa free fa enfa koma wa mu saka wansam ne ye kan ne hu achopa na yempa munti mintiase a mumfri achem emra nkra mehyepo ne yate abrem na wan se ofanko ai no enkra se ne fie wura bi etuchuo edebo abrante bi oti ne fie ya ye de asam ne court ne se dia wo si da su ne ba bi edi na se na adwene no eho akakakra enu ti de ne kwa ankafo ne ne hwehwe na adwum se sabi ahoma ne bi ate ana sente ye ode ho ensem aba e heritage no emu na wan se ko aye buru mantenu maburu east mantem no ye ba besi treatment plant aban ade aso abofom ode ho ensensem aba na Ghana ni sofu bia ne dine Sylvester Ofori awo America brochimem wose ne yire babra ne yire no di obi nim di ode ne yire ne di aye no wakọ ne yire da dwuma wakọ ni tu akunu ya eti unsensem aba be ye bebre asese ye kan wasem wa posifo sem ewo America brochimem enti esem de ni gire pra Ghana ni sofu pao efoni no modi aba wo joma wo ye soriye ena ne yire pagya ne nsa di ne chobodi kruchidom sa onim so bekuno wey a heritage democrat no
ABC democrat no ena me de eto aso na ABC news democrat no anim hanom no ena watch se sabre de achachirafo a Ghana mampani na adodankwa akufuado befa abengwa di so atimi employ omo eye 93,000 eno so eye ensam a eda hanom en watch se broko kansi kwan a eye 35 kilometers atebu kwadwo danso kwame ne kwan no so no ena sabre aban ne ba behwe no watwa ede amomo ABC news democrat
yanko amano so na ora Victor Smith, Ambassador Smith, former ambassador, Ghana, former ambassador, and CCI coordinator, Ochiman NDC caucus. Yenene ni nkomo, and no same way see ye near Koso, ye Chimemu, massive demo, I Koso, Monsieur Mo Yedi Tia, Mampenyi Dada, flag bearer, my NDC, Ura Mahamano, Diang Anamono, Musumbi to a found. Rasmith, I say, Emo Aquabani FM so. Yedi kan wote se amanfo yi bi ochime mu so mo ba be yo ye kire e de tia omanpanyi dada na cho sen
well me da se mi tia e tie for so me de tia and me say amayosem na omoye it was purely political and find ye juma and high and cry it is a diversionary attempt to get people not to pay attention to our manifesto and the good things in that manifesto for the people of Ghana. I am engineered by the NPP. I won't say to cause disaffection, but to divert attention. Because yen to tuna yawa ochimem nya NDC nkwa. Yen to tuna yawa ochimem penny for him for they don't believe what they did yesterday. Because Obia nim say interpretation na on penning edima that Facebook publication regarding Achim Sakawa Mafia Dekawunyano. It was actually a description of certain people in the presidency. Omwana Muntubi enye Ghana forfeit. And no one some yeka. And today young say man penning will be an argument dosano. Now who make such a comment and even refer in a discussion with as of Pong office. Say now also a car be about gunjas and nothing. I mean, this is really misplaced, completely misplaced. Now, Mampenning and way engineer that type of thing by his comment. Because if he accepted it, say it is purely an attack. He said, "Amuka se mahama incompetent, but umianu na dina kase mahama incompetent." So you see, kasi ya sayegina, ne ya disturb Ghana, nkabe anything. Ababa penny charges a job, Mahama charges. It didn't no one can about him. It only insists it is a specific reference to the young. I want to say the young people or the Achim boys, as we call them. We'll be making references to them. The Sakawa expression and I don't cancer. The moment of Achim Punia, maybe your chinny. Obianimsa. Onim Obianim your chinny. And the other kind. It's a political a challenge to the way governance was being done in our country. A Japan deal though was the main PDS to come. We have realized that under the president's administration, certain relations, in fact, most of them are related to him, but their cronies and friends are also included. And yet, on the PDS deal, to say, Omo Pakwembia, Ominyesika, at that town about Shambutum for that use. Almost every project, special deals, Minister for Finance, Ken Ofurata, or in the Bushiani. Ken Ofurata, people from Data Bank and related organizations that unknown, either has shares in it or he owns it, or they are his friends. Who the PDS and Korea and everything. What's under Kofa, a Japa, and Asasi. And then, and also because people are even questioning it internationally. Why should they create another such company? And a Japan could have been run by Minerals Investment and Income Fund. Could also do the same thing and trade the royalties on the stock exchange. I didn't know create another company because some people want to siphon some benefits and kind of one there and kind of what it could be royalties and almost private money. And that's where the question mark was. And to say, Adongo another former president making reference to Honorable Adongo Kayana on the Facebook now. That's the president who didn't boni by suggesting say Achim Punia and waiting one time now. Hence it's sad. It's sad. You're putting this country into a difficult age. And if it thinks it will benefit the MPP, because it's not going to benefit them. They're not going to win the election. And Obisi Wakoya Ayetre or Yetre war as a man Kesi. That's all they threatening. Say, remember, they were reading, so they were saying some things, almost poor libations, almost Kassan say, remember President Mahamani NDC for Bayede, and Baye campaign war. whoever spoke, who gave him that right to threaten? I think that the police should even arrest those people who said the things they said there.
Police from Kochum.
I will call the CID boss and say that I heard one guy threaten say, "Samahama Habaha, you stone him." One of the guys who was talking there said that we will stone him. That is a threat, and he should be invited by the CID. You are threatening the leader of the main opposition party with violence.
Now, Mamima Cheche Bibim Kakra Hanam saying, Senya Usi can say, Ufi say Amanyo Kobi and APP and fat Ubo Krase MPP. Na
exactly, I was categorical. MPP.
Yeah. Na Mimbusao, Ufshem Penifoni Bia Womudi sao yechire nim to say, Osabere ma Okoji Mine Apeja Ufuria Otosu announced Commander in Chief of Royal Army of the Achim State. So far, the beto dwa yente se nananmo ebia to say bia ofa ebia osajifu amwetia ebia uko kotoku uko bosome mo county se nananmo ebia kase oke ni omo ye no omo de edin keke yemfo aso ni ne kaka ho omo se omo gina nananmo anem no omo ye sa wo ye kire ba to so say political.
It happening and look, they were looking for an improvement. I mean, big chiefs needed to support them. Because many big chiefs need to be Kasai. They called me. But
your big chiefs been on your Kasai.
But I mean, President Putin right now. Because it was like, again, they will take the politics to harass some of the chiefs too. All had anything. So, it didn't make sense to them. They all heard it. I can tell you that I spoke to the chief of staff of Osajifo.
Okay.
I spoke to him and I told him that Mifi said, so Omun Ankasa, they are allowing some Basabasayo to come into Ochimai or into Ghana. Because it is not true that Ochimai, everybody whose head is screwed on properly will give that interpretation to what was said to the whole of Ochimai. That is why I'm telling you, it is politically motivated. And I blame the president for giving that interpretation to Asema, the publication in Facebook, if I may put it that way, which I don't go no kai, and the president Fuaso, the Mahama. But president of the Republic of Ghana, Adwadanka Akufo-Addo, knows very well that it wouldn't mean the whole of Achimai. We were specific to who we were talking about. And he again said, this is a milestone, and it will be to punch at those who refer to as Achim Mafia, as Sakawa. Because project now move pursue, will be an for themselves. That is the interpretation we're giving to it. But on my penny, uni as a coupon Asia. So be the end with that. But to try and relate it to the whole of Ochimai. It's very sad. So trouble has started. Of course, but Oman Penny and Olidi, that is, if he hadn't said what he said, nobody would have given that interpretation. This is not the first time that people have said things about politicians or people in government who are managing the economy. Things have been said about almost everybody. Nobody. We refer to them specifically as Achim Mafia. That one they accepted. They used to laugh about it. Gabi is my friend. We used to laugh about Achim Mafia. Now Sakawa and the president in Beton. Sakawa means Ghana for. Why not? Why can't we say that when you can say all manner of things about John Mahama and the NDC administration?
Okay. Any me pesa me ni aya concerned youth Ochimai edin community which me janso kakra ma na me ma umre na me busa bibi kakra na masamba so bio. Archibald in Chaka aya convener ma concerned youth of Ochimai president of Ochimai Youth Association. Archibald ya da se mo akwa baba NIT FM so anope.
I was in a also.
So enra ye kire se ni amokan se mo baye no mo ye botai ni titiri ni sen ebia obi a wotie sabre mo botai amode sa o ye kire ni sen
Akwasi mechi awo ne otie funya.
Therefore Joshua
for this opportunity. I mean say na me tie me uncle papa Dr. Smith said or make a lot of comments about the demonstration. Also the Akofa he said some people have to be arrested. I think he's getting the whole argument wrong. The also as a Manchester no the import meaning na say someone for mu ya masema mu din musa wa manyo kwa a demo ba abemu ana a demo work opposition. So anytime you want to make a reference to a policy or a program that government is rolling out, you have a criticism against that. There are people involved. They have their individual names. They belong to a political party. I heard me Wafa, Tasman said, almost say Mahama is incompetent. That is Mahama is incompetent. The name was mentioned. So if Akufo-Addo is what or is who you want to address, mention his name and say whatever you want to say against him. What we do not accept. And they say, Wafa Idia, I am registered to a people, registered to a traditional kingdom. Now they are quite telling you about Bonibiti says Kawasa to describe it, just a few people who belong to that kingdom in government. Actually, the very first day I issued by the court, you remember, Madame for whom I say, I changed that Kawawa, and I'm saying, hey, then this is very and now Omiki said, "Make share the echo so until I went there, I didn't even know who it was about. But now Yasha here at the side, he has no idea as to how this Japan was even formulated, programmed, and enacted. And today, they came and said, what you think of man being a bush COVID? Now, didn't find describe it. Just a few people are only belonging to that or mine or what them. That is all you're saying. Mahama is incompetent and you want to say Akufo-Addo to his incompetence, mention his name and say it. If you think Akufo-Addo Sakawa, mention his name and say it. Because I'm sure you may not be interviewing me. That if they put your point to a friend or responding to the matter. It's Akufo-Addo Achim. Yes, he's watching, but he is not Achim. Me am tia be yachim obi ofi being or yachim obi ofi wisdom or yachim obi ofi odan or yachim. So you cannot make a reference to a people to in saying that may they respond to just a few who belong to that people. That is what we are saying is wrong. I say me by it and I say you be a kamwasen. I'm on a four who pine somewhere among us. Now, a year maybe din say say a chin, say ga, say a one, will fact that the name of Samunema. A chin Sakawasan. And now Akufo-Addo Sakawa. If Mahama is incompetent, why not Akufo-Addo Sakawa? Now Achim Sakawa boys. Now Ubia, the woman man chebi, Ubio Dini Parabi, Ubia or share, and what Hama Kwebia see or the cocoa. Now you begin with yourself. And let me let people understand Victor, me uncle. So we still do not allow that Achim mafia target to hold. It is a man against a Magadiatum. It is a binary obvious of a mafia. They should mention their names and situate the argument well. They should individuate the argument so that whoever is involved, his name or her name is mentioned.
Now, what church, but Mammy, we sound back, you know, in your decline. So, more person which I said, Nananum, more a buakwa. In France, Sajifo, I'm waiting for penny a year, Ukobusome, Okokutu, Nananamona, one more assange, Samonia Muye. Yes, Senya Ura Victor Smith, Ambassador Smith, they can say, Bia, am I your quo, am I your phobie, MPP for Napiam, Yodum, Muye, Muye, Nanam, Earth, Samonia Muye.
I can see me to say, we bought in Pombidia or war, I think for myself, or some very man, Kojaboa, a Pejafulu. One money.
Yeah.
When you ask him, say, Ombo Idinia for him for almost say Omo supporting, was he able to mention you a single person? Look, Omo your mama is during demonstration, the leader of that demonstration is the warrior, the chief warrior of Atinabo. He led the demonstration. You had the name to mention. The allegation and the knowledge that he was drawing, was he able to mention just a single person? And I don't even need to say anything in confirmation then another much I say because the one who led the demonstration was another and a big one of that matter. Over I think say achievement Shiba for a para could do very ma and some wood was saberima. If you're saberima, no one division na yet that's the answer now. You are starting from out that be the ano. And the body is a prominent chief in action. So I don't need to say that I am for no answer here. Because you yourself, you saw that the leader of that demonstration is a prominent chief.
So threatening a message is in some amoka na mudi huna mampenyi dada flag bearer for NDC no no anyhwan.
I was see ye kan nyina ne se. Ye nka se uni mu kwan se uba achimem. But the ne ye fese mo odi ase ne se. Ye ntumi hye ye se ye bi ya himfi e ma so be pay critical. Ntumi hye ye se ye nka che ye nkofo se umu bi hye omo ya wa watu. Isa ne se ne ye achimafia. And many now not to be at the headquarters of government state. And maybe you will not achieve for and one lose you. And next you say achieve Sakawa. The thing is how you to be trapped.
Enti Mahama o mampenyi dada Mahama wontimi ma ochimem sana mpesa mo kire. Mumbie mum
Ye can say. Yang here nana any mabu any achieve for ye the Jesus ye nipa ye pet juma na ye get juma din san ye do free ye juma in Sakawa for. It will be over Sakawaphobia, watching phobia, no official. Ya himfi any Sakawafo. Ya kofo any Sakawafo.
Enti obetimi aba be campaign but ahimfie de mo ntu ne nsu sana mpesa mo kire.
Yeah, I was there can you na. Oba wa yen na nanu ye Sakawafo. Na nanu so ofio mo ye Sakawafo. Enti mo say
yeah, but me person me who specifically say enya ade a mo ka ana makase okay ontimi ntu ne nsi ochima asase so.
The point we wanted to make is that say over baby normally the protocol is obeko ahifia kochia and over person say be kwan na yama ye mind no abehia aya wa watu. Am I for na ye catch on say yes we saka of to be answer baby.
Okay.
That's obvious.
Okay. Mamima Ambassador Smith na MC Nkomoni Mfensi. Ambassador Smith. We wait here convener concerned youth of Chiman Osansia President Ma Chiman Youth Association na wa church o munsem butaye ene ne omo ka minim se bia bibi poti bi ho bia pese oka na yemfensi.
It is obvious from his responses to say I him for what Chiman no or know nothing about what they have just done. So see on him pombi doing I don't know about that so warriors or whatever they call him. But I know says so Obi can be
Enti osaberima okoje man apeja ofori otoso nine yes your commander in chief ma Royal Army of Achim State unim no.
I don't know him.
Okay.
But I spoke to the chief of staff Ochin.
Okay.
So if you remember, maybe Obi Anokoto Ochimani Ochin. The traditional council met.
Obi ben Kwame Zuasem na okay.
And when Kwame Zuasem na make.
Now she Obi.
And okay, what they say is that Kwame Zuasem na can in there, but reference to traditional council sitting down and taking a decision, and we had to work at it to bring peace between us and Ochimai. Yendi ejitu say Kwame Zu ankasa ye at the time. Ejitu. Nadia, ye kakakoi. Obia ni say we did not mean or whoever made it. In fact, I don't want to make it first comment reference to Achim Sakawa boys. It was specific to who we're talking about. They know it. That those young or the men around the president, they were the ones they referred to as Sakawa in that Facebook publication. And the former president made reference to that Facebook publication. And I didn't think that before the president made his comments, young gentleman, they didn't take issue with Adongo's comment. or even when the former president said it, until the president of the republic.
And you see some mampini near kind nama near cosu in our cosu. Mode so one bomb mampini one.
Because he knows we were not referring to the whole Achimai. Everybody knew who we were referring to in his government. Specific. We know that the young Ken of the finance minister. We know about Gabi Ochidako. We know about Bedietu. And the other second. I say a family relations. Yeah. Almost deals now, say, ostensibly to help Ghana make progress. Ghana funding because almost pay the big gombotum. This is PDS, this is HAPA. Now, yeah, customer, you took the thing in a different direction when you met with us for. And what's an year?
Okay, so Ambassador Smith, me to ask ye pa, Sam, Achim Sakawa boys, no, Ashanti Bedietu, Gabi Asari Ochidako.
Because they say they were acting master. And they are candidate because they think they are the worst case of this government. And we don't complain. They went and brought Osafo Mafo's son to lead this thing. It's all like an incestuous relationship. And they ain't kind of for let's put this way, kind of for NTC in Penny for say, Diamo Yano at your Harbor Ghana, move for some faculty Kwamisuma. You see, Casemini, they're just benefiting a few people. We didn't refer to Chimai.
Okay.
And so people saw Gigi, said you, Mampenin or G, if you like the Facebook comment by the former president, or G Kusi Bonnie. And in the air, can I say, which is the Northern Youth Organization, is to air Cafe. The Mampeni Cafe, so also. So if you heard the video, the comment by the former for the sitting president, what he said, you see, I mentioned KBB about Gonjes and our Northness. It's like it won't help. The mere fact that the president spoke like that, it is inappropriate. Because my hint, Northness. There's a video making rounds. I don't know whether you've heard it. I have heard it. It was a clear case of Asantinindia, Mididis or a politician, making derogatory comments about Joshua Kamba, our organizer, in the Omoya campaign for positions in the executive. School be Emma Basa Yobi by I didn't know a school and the account. Video no, I don't know who spoke. Some people have made references to a minister, this current government. But Kasanu, very tribalistic, very ethnic, dangerous for this country. That somebody within the MPP to speak against Northness in a very demeaning language, derogatory.
Okay. Now, Persia di common basi, but me share daily heritage Democrat and damn what I'm saying. Flag bearer my pinida da Mahama da I'm saying. Achim Sakawasaga. Mahama owes no apology. Ejenim Boating. Now, Mimusa, Udibra Kuta, Ewo NDC, we share or say coordinator Chima NDC Kokos. She say when you dibreketua. Fan say bia yanka ayochi Achim for more NDC mu Ewo Chima mua o boa no na da ma no ne ka ho. Ofwa ne agye ne mu kan se utu foso ke o manpanyin ne omo ye o de kan bibi na ebi o makoma ntom ye mu ade abema
Debbie me foso because the comment no eye manpanyin o tie kunya so
chapa bia ni ho ma ochiman bia
o manpanyin owes an apology to this country
Samom
for misrepresenting the Muhammad Kaino to engender this type of basabasayo or you say no more yen brand. Some penny and candy or kind and Casasa Ambasso. I can tell you for free. Monsieur Chinio, your chini pa.
Missumi or chini.
And I'm because I will repeat the American.
There you
And to be beside a bar for Chiman peace in thing. Minimum penny. John Mahama and some of your party chairman. You two one among to bring peace when Kwame Zua Semba, because you did to one Kasai. But this one, Oman Pedin so Kasai, on what I know Bonnie.
Oman Penin and Adwan Kasai.
On where your kind, and yes, that was not the right interpretation to what was said on the Facebook.
Okay. Okay.
And you don't owe an apology. We don't owe anybody an apology. In any case, this country belongs to all of us. Some people cannot claim, say, yeah, Maya, we belong to all of us. Northerners, Voltarians, cars, Fantis, we name them. It belongs to all of us.
Bausi, mobile chimemu, amumbie mapu mamu. Mobile chimemu sembe campia, omumbie mapu mamu.
We need chief of staff of our chicken. We are, we're on serious talking terms. We like to have peace in our chimney. And to be this aba, we need to take it home. Or surgical amotia, we need to take it home. So I can tell you for free that almost knew anything about what this thing meant. In any case, GDP said they don't believe in what the president said. But what Obiano could see Bonnie. And it was not good because he's the president of the republic. When you do that, you are bringing trouble. The demonstration was so unnecessary. I think, and what when the thing of Fatem, even if I video now, me make a reference to you, it did not attempt. It did not attempt. And the president didn't even, or on tier. And I want to campaign for the moon to an amount of cyber sentiment or bigotry like that. Should not happen in under my watch.
Okay.
That is what I expect.
Okay. All right. We in common. Archibald. Say minim si wahu. Ekuo bi nso ayese from progressive Achem citizens. Womo si saa nyama na mosumo ye no. Womo mfa so. Unnecessary partisan attacks na tese moto call ye flag bearer for the NDC John Mahama na your na post no ye no. We nye bibia mo be so na say mo de ya amanyosem ni ne ka ho. Saa no mso mhu na ochima no enya mo nko na mo ye mabunu ana enya mo pe na mo ya adehye wo ochima mu
akwasi emi say enye me buha say me kan na oti ase say ensema me ame wo fa Victor Smith kan emi say ni mu say wa sheda na o kan sa ana say bia ade na kosun kwa na uni this chief of staff of Dochiman Traditional Council now Okan was present during the demonstration. The DM of Oyata Opa video circulating granted interviews during the demonstration. So what is he talking about? The Ochiman secretary was present. He took part in the demonstration with Osarema Okujama Apijafu. They were all there. And this also no be the person that he claims on Nakasa Omunkondo Nomuni Yenya again was present during the demonstration. Now the coming now Obosuni natural say. Obi ho an pompon so a wodu society no na sem ehia papa also obi akoi kakse bi eche nipa no hwan obi anim no ebia ne mantria bi no hoka na sem bi etia bushako bi. But if you have statements of such caliber, so obi betwa de na wo mo project again wo be promote that, and that is wrong. It's as me and me no kase me kokofio akoi ebia me no master no and travel the mileage that his excellency former president's messages will travel. And just a statesman, a person who was once upon a time the president of this republic, so he said, now group now come once are you saying there's a politics almost here the politicians we have demonstrated or him or Saber Mabidi. We have demonstrated the secretary to the Chiman Traditional Council, DM Fuyata, was present during the demonstration. We have demonstrated in the numbers that it was not only a Buaka, but Bosome and Kutukuma or that we Sabi a chance were present during the demonstration. And so we have served our notice. Now, ADGB said, Sir Esida, now you 2 1 more, let's say CBO, and I just see your man in Pocosubio. And maybe a Chamu, Sachan Mafia. And maybe a Chamu, a Sachan for any money, and maybe a Chamu, the Chibi, the headquarters of Galamsey, and let us say Achim Sakawa. Obin the NEC for Atlanta Mine come tomorrow. That's what we're saying. Enough is enough. Retract that awful statement. Apologize to the people of this country. Apologize to the name of Achim Land. And apologize to the people. And let's move on.
Okay. All right. Ambassador Smith, MC at BC USA.
That's a big joke. We apologize for what? Apologize for what? What did we say against Dochiman? I am an Ochini. I don't feel that way, irrespective of who said it. And I think I still maintain that President of the Republic, Aji Obiano Kusi Boni, and he's going to, if he creates a problem, it's right at his doorstep as the president. He must clean up that act.
Okay, all right. Madam Penifuyasi, Yedbesi, I'm saying Ambassador Victor Smith, coordinator, Chiman, NDC, Caucus, former ambassador, Ghana, and what in Ghana, Archibald in Chakwa, convener, concerned youth for Chiman, and one also de Nidia Diabano, and no, yet course, so was Samanka Seat, or Eastern region. Chimemu and whom common Diana pay. Watching 0503721744. Now, yes, it can't when she be a CEO motor in Sunya de Katua Cash Bay our chairman Abu Mohonum say na ama traffic and so at time papa ewo ye motorway kwano so if you na details nuka kra minye bi na meba and I'm just seeing some of the pictures me who say ayi there's a crate track bam say Oma kofa de insa na minim se no nsa no ewo mu because I can't see the pictures well. Minim se oma any amount for be brutra ewo motorway no so you defeat Accra de Batema no ultimate articulator tracks enya de ketua o let's see this one so be there no any crop me who crop for ashem so ade no ho bebre ntutum se crop be e no ma kwakofa se omo ede ko umenya ka nkwanhia articulator tracks I can see almost about me who be say me subscribe near the due to say traffic na ginemu pa wo ye udi fi nkran e de batema motorway kwan no so enya asem ketwa na because say omo be buru papa no osire me na say accident si kan nkwanhia na say bi adan ensa wo mu di asem de
David wo kan ye na ma adwene ba unsa wo kan ye ma adwene ba say aya na petrol tanker ana say bia
butua na manfo kwa akosesa no
amanfo be dwene wo nkwa hono no wo makoduru wo no wo sesa
yeah
mfa wo say bia jakura betimi
betoma na bibisa
etisa wo ka so mbabo ne de betimi asi probability no was wrong
yeah burewu say that's what I'm seeing say bia say some of the area yeah burewu yeah needs 100.9 Ghana Montier media sunu asogwe so ufi ya enkran batema na se bia wo kwan bia be fa so ane obetumi afa so because hybrid here kan kwenhia na esi wo ye motorway no sunu fi ya enkran de ba ya tema no ma traffic no atem wo papa enya de kotoa tie nie me si fiti enkran to tema I didn't say tema to Accra I say Accra to tema but that's what I said ti share no so enso I understand say cars no be en wo twekra enkuma ni akese tracks ni nyina na che say akasie ni a akwakoye pinso wo honom sei no bianko ya no yan todwumade no so na Japan sensem na da so a wo ho nhihye no enra Ministry of Finance womuni faith based organizations che say ensode ekubatan no omuni omo ehia omo ye virtual meeting che say abefo internet iso na omo tran so hwe manim wo internet no so na me hwe anim omo ye meeting nye omo nko a omo wie no omo sane special omo ye dem kra I get the name special something council omo so omo that's labor unions no ofa omo labor unions ni I'm just trying to beseminya the correct designation say na be menka the wrong thing to you. So let's see, those people are referred to so special social partnership council omuni omusushia that's labor unions employers association and abino so ejina fa omuni omudi nkomo anope be bomodi anse ebetimi ni amumu bi akasa ni ahwese na esi cause if they are okay inchechemu abine de maaye about sa ejapa deal no ade omofo aso omatiase one more so because who said civil society organizations there omo chese omo gina bebi omo gina aban on twi sa ye ejapa deal no ensin sign na yanko anim wo honom sein na omo de omo husu yi papa say na tima anope need 100.9 Ghana Montier dwumadi sunu asugu ye da sugusu ye di nkomo ehwe nsem a ekoso ewo eye de bon krata no mu enche ye bewure mu na ya jinsem no efi de bon krata no mu wadwinche obetimi de fire WhatsApp line no was 0503721744 0503721744 no pay na ode aba.
Abana no one you lucky. 2020. You be sure nana.
Yeah. My car right there. Ma, I am Agufado, one to man, Agufado, one to man, Agufado, one to man, Agufado, one to man. Adama, Mama, Agufado, Adama, Massa, one to mind that. Never, I will go out of Kwame. Agufado, never, I go out of Kwame. Mama, come on, some. Adama, Jerma to Abba Free Day. Ekufado ya no atenribia adama moto aba marinde ayimpa odo yimpa ehu yimpa moba ye ba be so 7 ya nke biabo Ekufado akwimutan abatanu bi metabo gaba katamra abatanu bi makata
nya confirm mo do from Kenya nya mo ayen discourse Ghana kan ya ina what be show bia no kotokum aye kwa oba school free light ya de bosuba esia ne yakoi insu free bosuba esia ne yakoi na pay na pay baade e pade ya nkwato topade ma school fo ina was what the net be ama one topade ama one topade na wa ba say school yo so aside dan na wa ba say school wa ba say ma mi te menyim dan wa ba say adan wo che ban wo school sa be krodom nka ala kwon chefu akwon na chi wo baja yin pa na yin mama wo baja wo la kana fo ma na na wo dey yin nka ala kwon fo ma na na ba fo ma ya wo sro this year no yarishema ye begina free education no do se be o ye pehyan namba hone ye ya ye pehyan nchimba no hone kan kwa on sada ye hwe za obi abaya wanye ni ye momo sada ye hwe adwuma pa na wa ba na yaretu ado no adwuma bia wa hyase wonwie mpa wowie bi ye nyina he enyu atu as Ghana fo no ye hu mpempren so a we bedru adwuma osi he na akọ Ghana fo mama he enyu omfura osada ye bo he na enyu a onsada ye dede because ye free da ye bakasa mom ye ndwe no mmofra no ho no daache mmofra no ohia Debi oh Jama Hama Debi Jama Hama Debi Hwa ewiasema ye we no kura kan ya kuliti o ame mankote da nka mesi Ghana youth titiru mpo abula market ya no youth na nkasa o me antuma Bahama chirada APP ya ngudo nanado bati adu ye hwe bibia no ayehu bibia ni wa yehu wa mamamu youth ni ya bla akwaji no na de to na de ne wala nwa chiro bobo ya ntade nawe wa be yanto mano no samle bi en fact no samle back ya bla etaba ko be mi aba ya blo on samle back oh yes you abayeso come back.
Okay, need 100.9 Ghana MONTIE dwumadi asinu asogwe. Well, so am for adwenche ne bi niam a mbegina so no mo ato aba. Minim ne ahosu begina so a wo de beto aba. Eye wow decision anyway. Politicians no mo be convince mo no be kan. Yansu ya boa ye ma wo tene ma na se hu niam na ne su eye. Na se bia obeto ama A, obeto ama B, obeto ama C na no de wan kasa because your vote is your power. Wo na akuta sa akokromutina eno eye otumi. Ona voters ID card woni mo so eche se oye wodia. Wan na beto ama no. Yanko enum ye ni nkoma no pe na me ka ho asema che won se enra Ministry of Finance. Womoni faith-based organizations any social partnership council meetings, separate meetings na yen shas yen call faith-based organization na yen titani ma Christian council eni nkomo most reverend Paul Boafo enra saying en nkomo no ekoy most reverend da se mo akwa baba ni TFM so anope
that's the papa so echi amunyana na chia wati akojina.
So we these are yen sake be from Ministry of Finance just enra one mo ye virtual meeting bi ejapa deal echechi mumu emamu hu adekrenti aye wo man no except ye gisade ye fwaso minim se wan kasa utene mu bidia but release on the abane chese at the end of the meeting you know mote niam ase ema mo pene so se mo fua so saa na tie
no correct ye de no na ye enurachi na ye hia enwumre no virtual meeting no na minister of finance and the deputy and mobile bechere Japa Jumadi no said a basic accord ne the benya primus there on mine.
enti sania nchechemu no ko ye no mo atiase mo de ye mahoaden mo de ta chire mo fa so hu
You said there was a church mu no de pasum ma nyina kan say ye gidi say education no and necessary ma emu ye dru because niema edukan aba no at the start niema no bebre enti necessary ma one more there no more can eba na ye nyina ye ti ase ye.
okay all right now so dean potine bia kakra obetimi aka fa ho a enu nti no ama mode mahoɔden mo tia ntiase ense ne sikoya e bia mo se mo dia mo pene so yi
well the kind of nkyerɛkyerɛ mu no ɛdan na bi sɛ de ɔmo yɛ bia no ɛnya ade a ɛyɛ kuntuna ase anaasɛ ɛhyɛ sum ase ɛna ɔmo yɛ na mmom ne nyinaa ɛde amansan anim a ɛkɔɛ a kokopue parliament a ɔmo nyinaa esusu ho I'm say the last minute no I'm say opposition anaasɛ ɔmo wɔ NDC no ɔmo sorry na sɛ wohwɛ mu a na yɛ ade a yɛde hwehwɛ ɔman no ne mpuntuo yɛhwɛ sika yɛde bɛto hɔ nom a yɛhwɛ sɛ dan ne yɛbɛtumi de ayɛ ɛde aboa yɛn mpuntu dwuma ɛwɔ Ghana sɛ yɛbɛnya sika no krum so yɛbɛnya sika no krum baako na yɛaka sɛ we yɛde yɛ akwan we yɛde yɛ hospital we yɛde yɛ we yɛde yɛ we na kyerɛ sɛ atumi ama mpuntudwuma no nso akɔ anim asense bi a ebi yɛtwɛn no afiafe saa na nkyerɛkyerɛmu no ɛkɔ na yɛno na yɛnso yɛgyere sɛ yɛade a sɛbe ɛnyɛ nipa baakofoɔ bi ɛna yɛ ne dia anaasɛ nipa kuo bi na wɔma akɔkyɛ baabi ayɛ nhyehyɛɛ sɛ yɛde yɛyɛ ne yɛde amane ho na nso Ghana fɔmfɔm ahoɔden kyerɛkyerɛ di a ɛna na ɛsɛ yɛ nyinaa yɛde ahoɔden kyerɛkyerɛ sɛ yɛ nyinaa yɛde a and it is owned 100% by the government of Ghana. That's the understanding we had.
Enti nia bi kan se aban ye bibi sei na wo de kwa kwhwe baby a ye frɛ no tax saving na che se honum no saa bia honum sei no ai se wontua tax eto ne ne keka ho ebi se saa honum so hon so na manfo pese bi omo ye niam de fa kuntuna ase ne ne keka ho a wo mo de kofa enti saa na mo na aban tu ne de wo mo mfo aso enu nti kura no esi etwesan esi ejai hon na wo mo kyerɛkyerɛ mu ma mo te ase wo hu
Omo kyerɛkyerɛ mu ma yɛ hu sɛ saa kwan ya omo de afa so no well ma menka me akra sɛ ba me bi sɛ bɛsa sɛ on sɛ eniama no bebre wɔ hɔ no ma wo de ba yɛ the local languages do bo da wa kyerɛkyerɛ mu a ne ka no ya da de kakra da je sɛ potokasa no na ade akyerɛkyerɛ mu ɛno nso yɛ kwan baako a na ma nipa entia ade nase ewie so enti de sɛ do mu se kyerɛkyerɛ mu ɛkyerɛ yɛn ne de ne ehu sɛ bibia ni mu a ɛyɛ kuntuna ase bibia ni wa ɛyɛ kuntuna ase sɛ we no de yɛ ba bri ani so na yakɔ akɔyɛ bibia enye adwuma de ɔkan a ɛma ɛyɛ ayi baako kra ne sɛ dade a wɔ aban ade bɛn nye wɔn kra ne efiti ase wɔn se 2010 no
you know NDC for a shot, yes, so meant to me, we are not so meant to me, and yet it is something which they all see that it has a positive impact on the society or on the nation. So now akoba say ako free abanyoku and answer the other side means next say be to me ka ho asema chire ma akozi say oh I don't know enye ba ko so a ye nyina so ye gitu mu no say ya dia ebeboa ye nyina dia esi etumi eka ho asem ma memfa we so ntwam ya ne no mo bobodin say oh I don't know nipa bi yabo ondin osafo mafo ochire
gabi asa ochire ako
ni nyina ye bisa ho asem se na eno nso omoka ho sen se de yesi tene de na akwa ti se omo hu nipa bi it was
eno kra de se bem se na no abem se o manpanyi kra hia minim se na mo ka ho bidia asori mpanyifo bi no o ka se o manpanyi dada kra koka ayi sakawa boys hu asem eno be ye nkomo na mo nka ho hwe ni ne keka ka ho yi
ya nti ma ye bisae no mo kire mo se enya enu so san se no se enya dia na ehye kuntu na se memo yemfa nse osafomafo ne be ya omo ede ahye ne nsa no oyo obi a owo nimidie ewo ade no ho nyese bi a sabe omo fiti ya ena omo yi ne se ono ena omra meda no they advertise ena nyi omo kra ena yes mpense na say interview no diko yi they had the local component, they had the foreign component. All these things were done. That is the explanation they gave to us. And no dear, just here some of the pertinent questions that are on air are for ABC, and that is what we put to them. And I'm also chile esa.
I see. Na ye kra no me hwe yi krata na Ministry of Finance omudi babontin omo press release no near Chatokra can be say members of the council and faith-based organizations also advise government to broaden the engagement and maybe consider providing the presentation in local languages so that more Ghanaians can understand. Now, se sasa mi sana mo kan no a die ntina mususu se womu bie enkitamu die no womu tremu die ntina mo kan sa.
The year can say, Boba no. There's a nabebre enya home a quantra and I say, young camo, nipa bebre no tea adenase. The tea is a to prum, adenaba butu, so and I say, I don't know, go for can. Well, people have not even taken time to read and cry a wahuni. And they had not also engaged many of these stakeholders. MONTIE, I don't know by we and aircraft faith base, baby engage. And the entire culture almost said, Sadia, Sadia Baye, Nasa Besabi, Yanuma, Wamunko Suku, and Nasa, Wamuntin Yamani Biasano. Wamun shall say a becano war, local language, no more a binum fan church. I must say, Ubi the fofro be ba. No, I can't say so. Yes, Anna. Yeah, Cassa, I don't know at yet. Because I don't know when Tiasia, and they do be a becano, and no nouns will be the actually. And that is what is having a bad toll on us as a nation. I'm a divide, Aban. Because you can't say, I may continue to say at the end of the year. Neya papa no, any kind of branding. Kuntuna se de na no no te a ode nam nti aban no mra out no mechire mu yie ni nti se Minister of Finance ene na bedi achire was he was also very good in explaining the whole thing to us. We think that if they can engage the CSOs and the other stakeholders, it will go a long way.
Okay. Enti mo die mo afemu no die mo foaso me ntwa saa japa nhihye mu ye ma entina hono maso man
ye ma enko bebo aye nyina
Papa, before I be kono, mami musa, o man penya se ma odi tu dwa about say be moti o man mu hanum saying. Asofo mpanyimfo mu amanu duru ye bedwa mu ni ne ka ho na obi akwa akotwere Facebook kan so obi ye Sakawa boys achim Sakawa boys mu nka ho hwe sa asem na to saying dia na be ka ho
me da se papa the man paying kan ye no say that reference Sakawa achim you know eno na bia empuemfi ano say faith-based organizations and Christian Council, Catholic, but the politics of insult, politics attacking ethnic groups, religious groups, and all other groups, against others, or inciting others against, and no dear, free financial say but that reference, or man paying that for cans and maybe a no mumaye. It is a Catholic bishops in the brand no motiwana or man paying cancer. So Archbishop Nemia or can say we will repeat our earlier statement of avoiding politics of insult, politics inciting ethnic against the others. He mentioned it there. And yes, at our last ESCO meeting, you said we have to repeat these things. We have to repeat these things. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You better say an opinion, Michelle. So most Reverend Paul Boafo, teaching in my Christian Council of Ghana, and pay need 100 points in Ghana Montie Jumedi Sunwasogwe. Yababaji de Boncrata and be but before we jump into a de Boncrata and mehu messages no bebre and I tell more Hanum saying so. Let me attempt reading of a big Yanko name. Sakawa boys are boys who kill people to make money. They are people who want quick money. Even when they want to give you a car lift, everyone refuses. How can this name be referred to educated men like the president? That's Kokuvi from Kaswa. With that, I urge Muhammad not to apologize to any group of people today or tomorrow because he has not said anything against them, or do they think Ghana belongs to them alone? That's Meshach Asante from Abosokai. I'm highly disappointed in Victor Smith. How could he blame President Akufo-Addo over John Dramani Mahama Sakawa comment? I wonder if he's a true Achim. That's Yao Osankide from Taifa. Eric Hakuna Matata says, because of desperation, Mr. Mahama is now promising whatever comes to his mind. It is really funny. That's Eric Hakuna Matata. A champion, Kawaguchi Electrical Atonsu Station says, all those who lost their money in various banks like GKM, God is Love, First Allied, and others are going to be paid by the end of this month. That's a champion, Kawaguchi Electricals. Mami K. Papa B from Sunya says, God bless visionary, competent, and Osiadia Yo Nanado for the great policies he has promised and implemented. That's Mami K. Papa B. Nana Ponsa Bediakon. Says, why can't the NDC say whatever they will say without placing Achim beside it? These comments should be taken serious because it can create big problems. Teacher, could you tepa anyine susu? The good people of Achim Ebuaka, Asante Achim and accounts as a whole must terminate their membership indefinitely with the NDC to demonstrate to the world that we the Achims don't support the flag bearer. Teacher Kujo with that one. Now, to this one that says NPP sat down for these government officials to have the guts to lament against the government. That's Ray. What's your point? Right. Need 100 points. Na Ghana Montie Jumedi Sunwasogwe. Ya twaso na yakoyenim anope. Interested in me audio vote no. Esi won me computer anope. Menim ne ha no. Yanyi 70 ebi fido Democrat yanko jama sema
Chronicle Democrat na me die ba na Chronicle Democrat no ne etoso me asane mu na mabia kwa gina no adehye ene nananom a omo ene wo achim ene wo boye mantemu ɛno ɔmo yɛ kyerɛ paa ɛde etia ɔmampanyin dada John Dramani Mahama ɛne NDC amayɛkuo no sɛ ɔmo de ɔmo ani tɛ ɛde asi akyemfoɔ so ɔmo anya asɛm bi ada sɛbi na ɔmo ɛka ɛde afa akyemfoɔ ho na saa yɛkyerɛ no ɛkɔ so asaman kɛse ɛno ɛwɔ aboye mantemu a adehye no yɛ dede paa ɛde ɛfa akyem Sakawa boys nsɛnsɛm no ho megidi sɛ Sakawa ne de ahye ɔmo papa mafia ne de dankyɛn na ɔmo ɛkasa no ɛna ɔmo ɛkyerɛ mu sɛ ɛsɛ ɔmampanyin dada John Dramani Mahama wɔba bɛpa akyɛw na n'asɛm wɔkae no wɔtwe ɛsan na asomdwe ɛba de ɛma akyemfoɔ ɛne Ghanafoɔ nyinaa na ɛyɛ nkrotuo bɛyɛ miɛnsa na sɛ busuakuo miɛnsa a ɔmo yɛ akyem no ɛna ɔmo ɛyɛ saa yɛkyerɛ no baako ɛne akyem babuakwa akyem kotoku ɛne akyem bɔsome na ebro mo ye kyerɛ no mo afrefra tuntum ne kokɔ ɛna mo ɛna montere soɔ wo mo ɛkasa na nanom ɛka wo bimpanifoɔ nkoda nkokora o ma twɔtwɔ nneɛma bi di akitakita na placards na na kita o mo nso o ma twɔtwɔ wɔ so ebi ɛne sɛ yɛnya amanyɔsɛm na ho ɛnte ɔmampanyin dada John Dramani Mahama hwɛ yie papaapa yɛbɔ kɔkɔ debi yɛ mpanipa mu yiyimu gyae atamdidie ne sabi nsɛm waka de fa akyemfoɔ ho no ɔmo nante ɛyɛ borɔfo kwansa na mu twe paa ɔmo yɛ no mo san de asa twa so sasa na teten edi akyire ɛna posifoɔ ne bambɔfoɔ ka wo ɛna nanom kɔgu nsa ɛkyerɛ sɛ obi biara wɔmpɛ akyemma yie no wɔmpɛ sasomdue bɛba wɔmpɛ sɛ nkabom bɛba ɔpɛ sɛ Ghana digya na wadi framan ɛde bɛhye amanyɔsɛm na nanom ei moma no mo ditire so na ne kɔnkɔmo ato ɛmo ditire so papaapa wɔse na nanom samanfoɔ ɛne sɛ nipa koro ne nyonyo pa na ohun sɛ ampa na nanom sabi ɔmo mpɛnsɛm hunu na ɔmo to aso biom ɛde to ɔmampanyin dada John Dramani Mahama anim de sɛ wɔn pɛ ne tutu pɛ ne no adɔm pa akyɛw na ensɛm ne nyade yɛ tiawa ɛyɛ owura Isaac Adongo bogatanga Sandra Mrashimedwani ɛna ɔkɔtwe o Facebook page sɛ saa ajapa deal na ɛkɔ so no wɔn na ɔmo adi anim ɔmo hwɛma ne kɔ so no ɔmo yɛ akyem mafias ɔmo yɛ Sakawa boys ɛna ɔmo ɛsan so ɛyɛ grandpapas na watchro de to the Facebook page we no na Ghana mampanyin dada prakakura ni dima NDC amekorowura John Dramani Mahama eso kwa hyeye na kyeso no so kwatam ye de to ni page so na ekọ na agent na no na ade abufuo no aba enei amafo ewo akyemma mu omo ayeye kyere no
mede Ghanaian Time krata no krata fa to sudum yenu ho no no na mede eto aso na sade ye nyina ye dikan ate no Ghana mampanyin na adodankwa akufuado wode aso abofo mo amache se wasa anwea a wode ehya ase se wo mo betimi ede asi eye waste plant ade ama wo manfo wo no ewo bono epoye mantamu na wacha se we no sikaboti am hwe se wo mo de betimi asi waste treatment plant we nyina no eye 15 million euros na saa sika yi a wo mo ehwe se wo mo ede be ye nyina no wo se wo mo ede be boa ma enkrotuo be sen wotwe na enya so emfa so a wo all die eye wode aso no ebo fom no mo ahwe se wo betimi ahye dwumadie no nyina ase no wo se suafo wo hwe awonedie ensam so ene obo ade ebo brensam so eye ma me Cecilia Abnadapa na wo ho no bi afebuno East Regional Minister na wo no hwe wo ho bi owura Kofi Amoakohene na wo ho Executive Chairman the Management Group of Company eye Dr. Joseph Sian Ejapon wo no so no wo ho eye Paramount Chief the Matachiman osi ade yo ekumfi ameyawa otoso enan na ono so wo ho nom na ahema e de mafia so ono so na wo no so e wo ho nom a wo se mpanifuo de twowuronu a na wo mde wo magita pa eta Ghana mampani na adodankwa akufuado achi e ma ne timide aso ebo ofom na wo se we no yade a ebeboa ama sese wo mo e de efia wodo no anase nwura wodo no a ekokoduru mu e wo wo nom a na kyese wo ma sonson so na so wo mo sonson so yiyi mu a na afei no wo matimi anya fertilizer wodo no a e de afiri mu wo betimi so anya eye rubber nso e de afiri mu a ene eniama enkaye bi e de aboa ama Ghana so ya ho ne die ensem atimi akwanka me yakua yensem so ene niama bi nkaye enso atimi akọ enkan ye papa we no wose eye Zoom Lion Ghana wo mo ene eye Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources ena afeyin so Adjustment Group of Company ena eka bomo no mahwe no omadi dwumadie we nyina no a eye CEO de Zoom Lion eka sa ye ma wo kye se enkrotuo be sen wo twe na wo mo hwe no monya so mfaso bie no eye Tachiman North and afe South and Kranza North and South and Kentampo South and North and afe Wanchi Tachiman and nkronkron kaye bia eka ho and wo mehwe no monya so mfaso a wo kye se we no eye ni suade hu no big ya wo mo eye de ma bono epoye mantamu a wo mo enje na baba no mo moa no mo hwe se ni nyina so ebetimi akoye no mo de abosome baako enan na esi wonom so wo mo de betimi awie ni nyina ama bibia akonkan so ewo ebono epoye mantam honom
na Chronicle Democrat and Kratafe to so mienu nie wodi osofo ne na hwe bambos meche defense minister Ru Dominic Niti wumfonyini abam na adwenkyera ko ade amaga na ban senke be ya Ghana Navy no ye momu akade no mutimi nya adwuma ye pa ommo mpempe wo yenhia wodo so nkanka ne po no esan senkrofo mutimi oden enkrofo mu ye mimufo mutimi koto senkrofo so ju omu hwehwema anasa omu shipa wodo sie ne ekoso dodo na aniema mo stressa ban beto de amu ni bie no eye wiemuhyan ayede bompempe wo nsuo so eno achi no omuhia aye satellite ene drone ahodo a ombetimi di aye adwuma na afeso ye hia nipa omuye nimdifo ombetimi adi animu Colonel Festu Aboagye retired a wono ye security expert e wokofi anan peacekeeping training center wo enkran no na de saa adwenkyere we say atu edwa ebra na Colonel Aboagye ene ensentrofo edi enkomo no se Sagana fo ahwe ne ye atena se ehuna aya ne ye se enkrofo bi eba yensuo so bechi enkrofo de wo musiesie na empanyini sie bi asisi wa manya wodo so na ede no de no na keka ba na ba bedu Ghana ha etie hyasie mo ye hu peri na yenku entia sa ne ma na nyesa dachi bi no Ghana be adwene pa eba san so a ema ye nya ni monyam ne dimpa e won krofo aman so na ese Ghana edwumadi awodo a yedie e wo man Ghana mu aseye oto aso biem a kire se national security aye bambofo e wo Ghana ase nyina eso mutimi kabombu amaye hu se enema pa ekoso Chronicle Democrat ano ese adwenche mpanifo dia bem so mo de ye adwuma bebuo yie eno enti omuguso a omutu anamon
Ghanaian Time Democrat akrata fe to sudumi ensa wono e na mede eto aso na mede to aso e wo hono de a ene na Ghana Statistical Services eye adwumaku a wono e wo my Ghana hanom a mo hwe eye yentoto ye ensam so ene yenkuntabu ensam so e na ekasa e wo hanom yi wo mo kire se Ghana eye ye nipa kan na afi adan akan awodo be kire Ghana Population and Housing Census no enka afi we mu ene wo mo hwe se wo mo ebeye ama ye nyina po ye be kai a March 15 for no e na afi yinso eye June 28 and May 15 for no and wo mo hwe se enko mo betimi aye ni nyina na nso ekokwa wi a che na cha se wo mo asan atu di ahyada se atu adi ahyada biemu na ni nyina mu no e na empanifo akwa atenase e de afa sa adwumadi ehu a wo mo kire se ye nhwe ni mu se 2021 de eye efie bi ne aduonu baako and wo mo ebetimi ahwe na fei Ghana ye dodo nso ye wo mu no betimi akan na adan wodo nso a wo ma Ghana mu so betimi akan empanifo so mo de nhye egu akwan mu a obi a enhwe so betimi ede ne ho aba na se obema mo ahunu se wono so aha se nu wo ekuro bi hye ha no mo mpanifo mo hunu sa ne ma ne nyina afenso wo mo eche se ye logistics ahodo enioma ahodo ne akade ahodo wo so mo hwe no wo mo edidi dwomade we nyina no wo mo hwe aye ne pepepe wo mo wo so wo mo emo mo ntete no wo mo timi ede eboa e wo sa dwomade we hu nyina no wo mo ehwe aye ne pepepe we aye ensem a efi Ghana Statistical Service for nchen ekọ ede ama my Ghana se yenhwe anim Ghana Population and Housing Census no ebeba so next year.
Okay, so yanko ahmano so na yene Honorable James Aveji wono na we titini ma Public Accounts Committee na mesho se sankomo ebedi o ye Brofo Kasem. Thanks for your time this morning on ET FM, Honorable Aveji.
Thank you very much and good morning to you all listeners.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing well by the grace.
Okay, and I have to commend you. I think so far I've been following some of the work you're doing at the Public Accounts Committee, and we want to commend you for that.
Thank you very much.
There's one here I quickly just want to pick your thought on. 2 million Ghana cedis that have been paid to some ambassadors. What can you tell us about that particular one so that brings some more light for my listeners?
Okay. Thank you very much. Public Accounts Committee usually work with the report of the Auditor General. We review the reports and call organizations that are cited in the report to come and respond to issues raised by the Auditor General. But anytime we are doing the report for any organization. If there are issues that a member think that the issue is of public nature, then the member will seek the leave of the chairman to ask the organization, even though that issue might not be captured in the report that is being reviewed. So that is what happened yesterday. We currently are reviewing the report of the Auditor General for 2017.
Okay.
So yesterday, Exim Bank appeared before the committee to respond to issues raised by the Auditor General in the 2017 report. Now, after we have finished discussing the issues and they had answered the questions that we posed them, Honorable Rasmus Barak has a public interest question because those issues, because it is of public nature, we call it public interest question. So he asked a public interest question that if the bank, which is an export and import bank, that is what we call it EXIM, the EX represents export, then the IM represents import. So we put it together, become EXIM. So Ghana Export and Import Bank, which we call Ghana EXIM Bank, has a duty to promote export and import. So if they are now going to give money to somebody, a musician, he wanted to find out what is the relevance of that. But the deputy CEO of the bank, who led the team to appear before the committee, refuted that allegation. He says that they have not given or have not paid Shatawale any 2 million Ghana cedis. Now, he also continued to say that they had engaged a consultant who was to work on branding of the bank, and they have paid that contractor. But if that consultant engaged the services of musicians, in this case, Shatawale, they have not paid directly to Shatawale, but they had engaged a consultant to brand the bank. So I pose a question. If he, who is the deputy CEO in charge of finance administration, if he is one of the signatories to the bank account, you say yes. And is there a situation where other signatories can sign checks that he might not be in the know, but the check can go through? You say yes, because he's not the only signatory. There are other signatories who can sign. But because he's the deputy CEO in charge of finance administration, whoever signs check, once the money is taken from the bank, he will get to know through the internal arrangement and also through the reflection of that transaction in the bank statement, which I agree with him. So, to his knowledge, no direct check was paid to Shatawale, but they had paid this consultant. So that is where we are now. So we wanted to find out, we want to probe further to see the claim that Honorable Rasmus Baraka is making. If the check that Shatawale, if Shatawale indeed received a check of 2 million Ghana cedis, if that is established, then where does the check come from? Is it a direct check from the bank, or is the check that comes from the consultant who the bank engaged? So if that is established, then we'll come to the conclusion of the matter.
Okay.
But
Now,
we are speaking now. We are still doing the investigation.
oh, okay. All right. And so far, the work that has been done by your committee, what can you say about the way we handle, the public purse or state funds?
Some of the funds are not being handled in the best way. So we, as the committee, will do our recommendation to the House for approval on what to be done in order to strengthen our public financial system. Because there are some petty things that you don't expect those things to happen, but they are happening. So, and we think that there's more room for improvement and people can do better than what they're doing.
Mm, mm, mm. Well, I know you've touched on GMPC, what they also did by way of sponsorship. Is that correct?
GMPC, we touched on that, and the issue about some money given to some traditional rulers. We spoke on that. The issue, because it's also a public interest question, we will also report on it to the House. But it will interest me to know that I'm taking an information that the 400,000 Ghana cedis, which was claimed to be paid to Yana for the Damba Festival, the Yana did not receive that money.
Wow.
Yes.
Did we know where it went to?
We don't know yet. It was after the issue was raised at the Public Accounts Committee. 2 days after, or I think, yes, 2 days after, the Yana decided to write to the committee to complain that they have not received any money. And some people within the corridors of power got to know of that letter, and they quickly prevented the letter to be delivered to the chairman of the committee. And the GNPC had now called Yana to come for a check. So they have not given out the check to Yana, the 400,000. So now the issue is, was the check issued first? The 400,000 was it issued first? Was it taken by somebody? Has the person cashed the money and did not give the money to Yana? Or even though Yana was mentioned in the letter, no check was written? These are the issues that we will also, as a committee, have to prove better.
So far, with the institutions that have appeared before the committee, I mean, like Ghana Ports Harbours Authority, Government Technical Training Center, Ghana Maritime Authority, and others that have come before you, which of them would you say that the revelations that have come out has hit you so hard? You asking questions about how we actually handle our state funds in the country?
Well, to me, all of them, but what I can say is about the Ghana Technical Training Center, which to me, they don't have any proper accounting system. It is now been strengthened. So it's something, one area that the government has to look at, because there are a lot of issues. Let's hope that now they strengthen that the place has not been handled well at all. Most of the organizations also do not have resources. For instance, when we're dealing with the one of the institutions, it just escaped me. They did not, first of all, they did not ensure their building. Now, even the fire extinguisher that they have at their building, they are not able to service the fire extinguisher. So the question is, where can they do that? And they complain that they don't have money. And because they don't have money, they cannot even service the fire extinguishers. Okay, so those are some of the things that we think that it's very important that government look into it, and we'll be doing that in our report. Yeah, and we urge government that whatever the Public Accounts Committee issue a report, the report should be taken seriously.
Okay. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time with us this morning. Before you go, though, I just want to quickly pick your thought on the NDC manifesto and some of the questions that people have raised about it in terms of some of the policies that you intend to carry out when you come to power. And talking about one policy, the $10 billion big push, and the questions that are coming up about how you intend to actually get money to for this particular policy or project. What can you say about it?
First of all, let me tell you that government under the NEC has been the best in terms of delivery, in terms of infrastructure. We are very good at that. The records are there for everybody to see. Even though we did not go into too much borrowing, once we did not go into too much borrowing, you still see the kind of infrastructure that we have done.
Mm-hmm.
So most of these things that we're going to do are going to go to come. The money is going to come from borrowing. Now you need to.
Most of the money is going to come from borrowing.
Yes, it will come from borrowing. It will come from borrowing, but you see, you have to see the kind of infrastructure you want to do. We have a type of infrastructure which you borrow money into that infrastructure, you build the infrastructure, and then the government turn over the infrastructure, and that infrastructure generates economic activity. Once it generates economic activity, you work and pay for yourself. There are other type of infrastructure that they also generate economic activity, but in the long term. Some of those infrastructure are also for public good. Now, you need to know what type of infrastructure that you can borrow money and invest in that can work quickly. The payback period is shorter, and that can help you grow the economy. So the 10 billion is not going to be borrowed in a year. The 10 billion will be structured over a period of time. Then, as you borrow and put out the structure, and this structure begin to generate economic activity and pay back. By the time you borrow 10 billion and to undertake this kind of infrastructure, some of them have started paying back. So it's going to come from borrowing.
But you have been criticizing the government, for also adding a lot to our debt portfolio by borrowing so much. And here you are explaining to us that, well, this policy is also going to come from borrowing. Are you not worried about what your critics are also going to say?
Our concern is that they are borrowing. We are not seeing the infrastructure. They are borrowing. We are not seeing the infrastructure. Why are the infrastructure? If from the debt as at the time that entity took over was 120 billion Ghana cedis, the total debt for Ghana. And when they were in opposition, they were shouting that our government is only borrowing, and that when they come, they will not borrow because the money is here. They said, it has been Dr. Bamia said he has worked at the Bank of Ghana before. He knows that the money is here. That they will do everything from domestic revenue. And within 3.5 years, you have added 135 billion Ghana cedis to the 120. You have exceeded the total debt from whatever time up to 2016 December, 120 billion. By the middle of 2020, you had added 135, making 255 billion. Don't we expect to see more than double the infrastructure that was done by the NDC government? And what are the infrastructure that we are seeing? So we don't know where the borrowing is going. That is our concern. We are not saying that we will not borrow, because we know that for every country to develop, you need to borrow and use that borrowed money economically, put it into the areas that will generate economic activity in order for you to grow the economy. So we will not say we will not borrow. We will borrow and we will use it judiciously.
Okay. We'll leave it here. Thank you very much for your time indeed this morning.
You're welcome.
James Veji Kluche is the chairman, Public Accounts Committee, Titrani my Public Accounts Committee Deputy Minority Leader. No pay need 100 points na Ghana Montie Jumedi so no aso gwe wo meju
enyumako ani enyumako awodo no ba bebu nkonta de kire wo mom enti wo mo ebaye na wo kire se exam bank fo ene baye na owura Ras Mubarak ene bi se wo mo se yanya ne ntie se matua sika ade amanyumtuni abrante bia ne din ene shataware ebra no wo promote Ghana ye goose bie na eno no sai eno sitie na waka asasem ye no no owura James Aveji no bisa ne se na sem madwuma amoye no ne se mode ne mabekwa amano ne na makra ne ma base bank fo enti export and import banking enti adenti na mode mu promote mu edi Ghana gusu anase mo ye bibi no mo si debi enya sa ne tie ye enye yadwuma no ne mbom no se bibi se apie mu a ye fa nkrofo mo ye adwuma ma ye fa contract se bia me ena mabie madwuma ena me peso bi promote ma me na mafa ebia sofa ya se wo mo me na wonye sade mam ti sa wo mo ena kofa nipa no tue sika de mo dia ye bank ne de ye ni mo hwe ena o se ne se wasam a wo kan sa na metie de ne na eto asumu esan se mo anhye de ntue sika physical bia amfa anhye nyumtuni no ensem na mutue sika no ade ema eye contractor ni na mo fa no no ena oba be ye adwuma no sa na ena o chem se ye de ye check ma eye contractor ni no it's a contractor ni na tue sika de amachete wele no ye 2 million Ghana cedis ye de ni mo hwe ena obisa no se it is asam na work and sa na tie dia yemfa no ntunche na ehwe enyumaku awodo mo aba ombeka Ghana sika asam hye ni siti aya na se na wusi hu no aya na ekoyi ana ena osinya mienu mu ne kwanya nkrofo bi fa so bebu akonta kire ye no enhye da entwa ye kura sika asam no omoye ne basa no matoto apapa so sa na omko ena de GNPC fo nsense ba be hye mu o ena bisa de se GNPC fo so ba no mo so be kan se no musika no ena o se omusika bi o matuatua dia ma nkrofo bi ti sa ahemfo no traditional leaders no eno mo ba no be kan wasema ye na enhye da enkoyi sa won se omo ede tudwa se ebra ya na omo edi ni da no omo tua sika eno eye be 400 million 4000 Ghana cedis ede mo no se won fanya afahye no na ewi eche ne ka asem ne ya natural letter de bra ye se ne nzanka sika bia FFG MPC fo nchen etini ekropo eye na ye adwumu kisa kakra se ade na muntua sika bia mfa mo mo na eso musimatua sika de mo ba kirei ena GNPC fo so tro letter ede koma ya na se womra magi ni sika na sika no aye ready enti ye na sema ye public account committee fo ye bisa ne se sika no amudi ka tua se mutua ya ekonwa ho mu de check maya check ne akokahye akoyi anaze enkoyi ye eti eno so ya semsebe ewodo mo ena bisa ne se ntinyumaku odu aba no hwan pa ena ne dia ya na enwanwa eye emu odru pa ye west pa eno se Ghana Technical Training Center for no omomu nhede ni akade sa etumodwumadi ombedi ye ne hyeda enkoyie ombetoto papa so no mugya wono mo ekroye ena ade NDC for manifesto ni ba be hyemu ena bisa ne sent manifesto ni policies eye niema wodo amudi a hyehemu no ekwan be so na be fa so be ne kankan ene sa 10 billion no eno se se ebusia ne bebo ekosi busia ne bebo ne edi atua kana se ene na mo se aban we se wo bobusia dodo na mo de no se ye wo busia ne wo busia ye bobusia de ya de pe benya fa so afiri so enya busia nya hwe mfa afiri so ena na sinam di sie na okire se NDC aban NDC abaso babo siam be ya de panema mu MPP for o ma bobo siam se Ghana ye kada o mu no ye 255 billion Ghana cedis enye sikawa watia na de na semu de asi ena waja de kwan
yeda se na ye ko ni akwakodi ye huma education hu enkomo anope Orak Ofi asare executive director ma African Education Watch anope ye ba be di enkomo kakra e odwumedie no so. Okay, all right. Rasa ya da se mo akwa baba ni TFM so.
Yeah, ni amitia mo ne mtiefo.
Empom te sen.
Na me adom, da che na mo so.
Ye gusun kakra. Now, issue ya sababeto dwa ye hu se mo kasa e wo ho African Education Watch. Enkwada ya yi lockdown yi ni niamaniama ti bi te se coronavirus pandemic epie ye enu nti ya tutu school mu a wo ntimi nko school yi mo si enu no increase teenage pregnancy.
Yo yes I'm say I'm right in school I'm not final year for the 200 schools in the day action aid Ghana I for the COVID back to school campaign
na na bo ba ko fi en so ko o se ala na ko fi match na e school e close school mu na ama e o mo a o fa na ye na fa ma ni ko ni ke fi school na ye ko ya le ni se schools ni o han che ni 20% ye no o mo ko do between 1 to 3 cases a man amba because I didn't know no so we didn't more about pregnancy or money and it so on more hour and yeah na but I see the so say and yes be our money no more into me ko
hello uh-oh ura sorry ahoma no article you better say bia nsa betimi aka ne biom na yetimi ne na to aye nkomo so nhwemu a wama ya no aba bede di se nkodai because of pandemic coronavirus ba ya ya tutu school mu ebi afafa ye funu ne kaka kan ama pregnancy akosro ne ka ho ye ba bedi hu nkomo na mo adwinche ne bi nso wa hanam saying okay, so before I be kwa adwinche no so kra no ma mensan kwa ahoma no so na ye ni ora ko fi asare ora sare fa che em sa ahoma no atito mu kakra
Patron, yeah, my, early marriage, then a girls enrollment and retention in school. In the name of the men, yeah, they actually have to be there. Nemo, not young, but I say, you ever say, a deal for the re-entry policy for pregnant girls. Ghana buying policy to their back. That policy, Emma, the woman with school, to call a Bible child school. Now, you see, you say, a bear soon as I re-entry policy. Or more fast now, almost a year. I can't say the croquet table as a policy or I can't correct policy never so I more schools in one. Not a policy means to young or man in that school. I don't get a policy in the Yamba. If you start for 35% cut off the policy in the computer. Now 55 cut off with your master. Everything now, it was a choir re-entry policy. Emma girls member. You who say secondary school level. Under the senior high school, we have this like mouth code. Your sister could be at the mouth. I could no for 3 years, and then the Emma by it amount for the 3 years. The 3 years we came on, I could not expire. I mean, I want to repeat under senior high school because only 3 years of free education. The code. If you repeat to about 4 years, until I repeat. And the end say the girls opinion sense na to go form 3 no you say obe we obe ba e dia assessment no na ni code na na expire for 3 years na so the wo form 2 kwampo na you say depending on time on you say no obe akọ we aba no na for weather into bring back the chance of form 2 because code na expire and you know you say e wo say ni aban e bi un kita ho e hwe no kwan ya be fa so a e bit na relax the admission system under the free night school. So they headmaster, I want to school here in Colano, it's faithful. I'm meeting higher admission. Oh, what the more? I do my class or more or more in saying, so they don't make my day at your medication. To me, at the moment, I have money education. As I will, it is so good to one among.
So, my main misane sisubio mami. So, munhwehwe mu no. Nya ebeda di ne se nya da ababeda di ne kyerese because of school ya tutu because yade ba ye na amanfo afa ye funu san koda na fa o manyin senyin san no
yade ba o fose la de ani kama ibola ba ho mo ko school down 9 months o mo be school about 22% of in Kolana am school for about 1 year am school so do na no mo ye ma we are so we are there for you been said post pandemic countries I am not because school late you we are to simple for me I don't say school I don't believe a safe haven for girls rana pa on konantina to kuru bia kan kwese na nkofo na na osana pa on konantina to kuru na obi nkofo na ya na so the exposure to risk of nema obey ya adama na pregnant no ta kola me ko school na the dia na the whole day after 3 o'clock school na a man exposure to that risk.
Okay.
Apart from that, also the local school, open school, or class work, or say. It is to be occupy our attention. Emma won't call you engaging we want behavior because the next no school. And you see, school is very dual because both educational and also social. Safeguarding girls from certain social evil. It is also down school for math. Countries who are apart from Ghana, Kenya, Kenya, Uganda, and normally the same math. Also, maybe school there will be a crime for school. Most countries across the continent, normally they will be in the world education. But here, put the end to be a school now. Final year for an eco school. Any other countries and Nigeria, a bit to replace school for the other countries to go to school. Into the minimize it, but yet they have the stakeholders now as in this. As soon as my home or more, they will to play in this. Our four will go to play in this. Additional authorities will go to play in this. Media and media. Because Colano be media, social media, traditional media. Now you know, Olympian interaction with media, a high class kind of interaction with any other. Internet say between the content, I bet you one Colana and the more moral and responsible social lifestyle. No, but what Amma Yaman Colano is the from one session or bra and more my head. I couldn't say. Could be next year January. And you know, I have to be in the area at many or other stakeholders, including NGOs. So you have to intensify your outreach and our communities. May I make Colano cost with you. More, it will report to any suspicious behavior. I'm sure the home now. Any suspicious characters beyond community. I'm sure on the home, or more follow pregnancy trap. I'm not going to report for me. Now make me assure my number one.
Now, so 200 schools now, yes, I'm sure we, meboa.
200 schools, 100 junior high schools and 100 senior high schools.
In terms of ABA numbers, schools, we say be a sample size of schools, enough for us to be come to a conclusion. Say yes, BBC course one.
And I'm can catch a timid pregnancy. Every year we record over 20,000 cases of pregnancy. Over 20,000. Every year we control this year. A moment to understand because we are pregnant.
Kofi, sorry, but we know near China say more say Africa Education Watch say okay. Schools, yeah, closure of schools, because of pandemic, increase teenage pregnancy. Then because then we need to establish truly because we now can say na a time for you say oh say you see schools here 2 minutes ama enkoda no bebre afa ye funu.
And really can say if you are free 2014 they say 2014 come on Ebola see in Liberia and now I want 2 schools for 9 months. World Bank and the Malala Foundation I expect up to 22% of the Colano come back school back. My number I be so called marriage. If you are here there's an established what you say in post-pandemic countries, especially in Africa. And then if you are here that angle,
okay.
And yet if you are say if you are start
more BBC.
It has been established elsewhere already.
Okay.
And you know say you are gonna have more. And yet for me news. There's nothing new about this at all. It's happening in other countries. But then no, the only thing I hear of consent say we want to renew the role of Yenano in ensuring that in Malawi between now and December. Between now and January and December okay, the first season. They ensure that between now and January you bet me actually very the most important thing or more I get to present so you take advantage of COVID way and really awareness say your policy be a real policy for example. It's our policy. Every year, you your policy next year and next 2 years. So then you say about next year. Some of the school or come back to school, they be a second term or a third term of next year. But you raise we know issue no ahead there. You make sure that that policy we know. Papa. From next year June, if we are likely to see more girls trying to re-enter because they got pregnant in the course of this year. Then we are planning ahead. We are just planning ahead.
Okay. Now, kakra am se makinkan no me hu no chese mmia bi ti se apamanya. Bongo Boga and am se minim se Fanti Akwa district honum se ya. Fantiman district. Honum se no. Se honam hu hwe teenage pregnancy no e wo soro pa. Minim se bia research ni kire ya adekronti ama sa mia we no hono no wo soro sa no.
Oh, from Fantiman there, we say having worked in the education sector for 20 years and in central region for 10 years. We say Fantiman the league of pregnant girls the time they are on that top. Actually, we are quite 3,000 pregnant girls. Sorry. Central region for on that top of the league of pregnant girls. As far back as 2010, no more than 3,000 pregnant girls a year. Pregnant.
What's the cost? The end of my bands
Coastal belt na high risk area for pregnant what was the coastal belt? A year number of them in classing for the life sample. You know, are there something? So in most of them, are there something really fishing on a year? I mean, for promiscuous behavior, they are not a right for in the coastal areas, the endemic regions for teenage pregnancy.
Okay, I see.
In southern Ghana.
I see. Well,
and yeah, the central region can be on that when it comes to ABA not other regions but ABA not regions, maybe not among pregnancy. Most of them are not in school. But of course, central region are on the coast now. Allow me now course now to school mad to do life. School out of school children already education incident report various ones. Not the out of school children. Most of them are not more along the coast.
Okay. You know, in common maybe say dear na musu say at the end of the day research about ye be film dear na film pa dear na mo say ye be film.
Me was say film ba papa e dan na kuma so say girls' education is very, very important. More important than boys' education. Because when you get girl now, more or less, you know, 1 month, the life expectancy of Obano, the bad that you're on also. Because an educated girl, no, or you're 5 times more capable of being a good mother to take care of the child and then ensure that you can good nutrition and an upbringing because they're educated or higher propensity to earn an income than a non-educated woman. And it's very, very important. It's also you. The actual community, which means say, maybe one of my interviews here, in terms of moral issues, because of the exposure to the media, social media content play a key role in influencing behaviors among Kolayani. And as we strive to regulate content on social media and then on social media, so they are content that are more morally upright than say, you're very in mind. At the community level, I'll start buying every system to place so they be acquiring more than go back to school. From higher way, any child care and development center, I follow nurseries. Because in Oba, now about 50% of nurseries private nurseries. Nurseries and crèche, 50% in private school. You need enough nurseries for that main schools. You're telling us that I'm saying, who we are. Or no, best school. Some of best schools, depending on 1 year, until 1 year. 1 year, and I'm going to be for crèche, no school. A crèche, no company, because and only private requirement body. Allow all this kind of things here. If we provide crèche, and then I should be. Oh, public school, yeah. A quality means the banner of crèche on a path. No, I want to go primary school, junior high school, I and then I'm a real to 9 possible. But all you win, I'm not a school now. we are to be the better than but you wouldn't say majority of the Colana will be a president. Almost junior high school, senior high school, majority of junior high school between 12 and 15 years. I want the majority more. It's on your crest. And that's the next year, Colana will be one and two, which will be not now. I there. Then one that is not about a boy man so that. And you must see a train the privatization of crest and the nurseries. So I buy influence more. Now you start to say, school be a private school, school be a kindergarten, you make me see nursery and the crest. Now, boy, I'm a Maria more it may anything along the way. I'm making a school, one man or so a day.
Before go back on Mimusa kakra bemse na no ye di nkomo efa wayek brana nso hwe nkodai nso hwe bi piepie ba bemse ndi kranwie na ayi humanity call but wayek for press conference bi ana o makasa fa ho se wo mo de anya de o mo security apo e ma sisi akura wo mo si wo mo a wo mo ho bonu e wo sa de we mu yi ma apoliki ni ne kaka ho teacher for ni school for ni na no ye de o ma akoma police for me so so what be e follow
why was a questions in the
omo insecurity apo
yeah obian ka say why security apo I can't say why almost system no security no any type and you know but we only say why no I'm push no may always to defend the integrity of the organization and not to uphold the integrity of the examination process means you know yeah scared this one yeah actually got why issues with the yeah then why can difficult Ghana ban the big Ghana ban na why ka ba some may to my Ghana ban na why contract you work for me so be that now na dan no see the direct chat here now bet na on mama nem tie yeah making me me ya wa ko fa making by me no was and the Ministry of Education the Ghana government the Parliament of Ghana and there was the petition ko to me so mon share na among ye inquiry about why on efficiency mo ye nhwe ni regulator ma why for your referee on the footballer in this is omo ba omo yeah question from me you may have someone at home speaking so much home speaking on market you yeah the 100% and I did there why for you that time you may right and you say you with ma why ka and you why for at the so what ka say questions are in you know the regulator will be the person the agents to crack the whip, impose sanctions on them. Yeah, I understand. And my way next year, I can't make it. Now, Colana, I'm not saying the umbrella. No more, you're punishing more. Or you're more for. So we'll be incompetent. No matter what you say here. And we can say, no regulator, no. It's maybe a bear. The question is the here. Depending on the magnitude, obeying high sanctions of why. And I am about to. And I am about to. Of course, what happened? We regulator on. If follow the standard, you are going to pay a fine. And it's to bring competition, others can come in and compete for it, and also to raise the bar of quality. Now, why when we say no, this time around, we are not a judge in our own court. I mean, we will get there. But so far as we are concerned, we can only encourage them to say, you have to be next week. Yes, more best from the idea. If you have some with our side, if you have to add to that, we're fake website. Questions, you are possible but difficult to get them in cyber media, cyber space, difficult to arrange people. But the point is making them why for planning for beauty. They should be told and honest enough to admit it. Now, you know how it's not warm and much from the main. Apart from that, we can only wish our learners well ahead of the BC. They've been in school for almost 2 months, preparing within the community. Now, they said they are not going to focus on any apport. They are focusing on their books and what their teachers have taught them. And instead, at the end of the day, in Ghana with me, they are going to come up with flying colors to the glory of their parents, their families, themselves, and also the country.
Executive Director of African Education Watch, Kofi Asare, and pay neat 100.9 Ghana Montie so and was your way, Humefia Hong Kong, ye Dikakra, and where ye Jumedi Sui, a Cassima Bay, Dionon son, not non cono, boy, that's a good swear, G and 7 Senate City, the Bunkrat and Moon Common Bin Swaha, and she be a Pianqui and him, Eric O'Connor, La Paz, say it's obvious that the proper NDC manifesto put the whole NPP party in fear and panic. Eriko Konu. And to Shifman Atonsu Kumasi says the campaign of comparing infrastructure, the NDC will fall flat. But I'm happy at least GM would have something to talk about and stop this tribal or his tribal campaign. Shifman Atonsu Kumasi. Teacher Kujo Tiobodom Adantasi says Ghanaians, President Nana Akufo-Addo is the kind of president we need, not to doom so president who is too desperate for power. Teacher Kujo. Sof Mami from Domi says, I equal to the vice president for his good intervention for the poor woman in the north. NPP government is really ready to help every Ghanaian citizen to benefit from national cake. So, okay. All right. We'll leave it there. Please, I want to ask, the coronavirus, is it still around? Because if you see the videos of that needless demonstration, this one is telling us that the COVID-19 is no more. Here answer from Asamanka says, the NDC is promising paradise, but can we trust them? They withdrew teachers and nurses training allowances, lectures, Bacho shortcut bibiri mamsa no be den semetimia adisafa hu se ni apeso cheni o onia yanko eni mianto aso yenye nsem ni bi fi da bonkrata nu
Jona Chronicle the bonkrata na mu na medaso gina krata fe to so miensa no na woka sei Director General Legal and Prosecution ade Emma Posi adwumako no Commissioner of Police Owura Jonathan Kofi Boache and ade ato ne mfefo commanders nanim se omuma mbra efa abato ho no anya adwuma enkanka ne vigilante law no se ebeboa na yama Ghana kabima mikabi no awiemudie emayanya hwehwe ne munyi mu bia ya chinipa ne se waye bone wa abato mu a yama mbra anununi wase empempina na posifu yabu ya ni egu ne yama bi so wanse obi aye bone bi akwache no afe na wahina na se chiame ana ahenkwa bi ana panyini bi wakromo watu ne ntumba gusu age ne chacha wakaso na wahye de kuru ha ache ne bi na wade aba ayi post station Ejapa mesremu a we oye me wofase de oye ye mumfa nche no mumfa mani ntome ose sa de na twam se ye twam nipa ne foma wafom ese mra ne die yentia wono mo ye sabi ne bone fosam ebra ye to abanim na ga na yenye yasomdue na da bia dare na ye jeje omo sa na emra no ye de ato abra mra wo se emra nya adwuma na on se ya bo mra to wono mo se vigilante law wo se media me mfa nya adwuma na vigilante groups awodo na sodi edi mra nto asem no mo fa box no mo di dwane no mo tete nkrata mu na ya chiom de akọ station na ma se de be manjo semti ye nya wo mo Owura Kofi Boache se debi lala ya fi abato de de wo fuma wafum emra bedi papa ne ye nya ja owra eto kokobon so ma Ghana fo nyina se enya hweye wa fi abato nim se wonim na mo wani tira wani nton ukoye ho ageman e wa abato police center na akoye ho na me dia e na mfa kosi e be hu ani so ma wankasa be usampa o highlight bedum we Chronicle the bokrata no Ghanaian time the bokrata feto sudu num 15 hɔ no mo na me de to aso na Igbo community omo o my Ghana ha no mo wo mo ehene ene eze doctor ambassador Chukudi J ihinatu wono ena de abasobo ensem ekọ ede amagana mampani na adodanko Akufo-Addo wasi yabo ni din so omra metitire ni fama ECOWAS ekuo no eje se asemda pa a ekọ ede ama o my Ghana esansa sa ohwe COVID-19 ohawa ede ababeja wiase nyina so o my Ghana so edokro a na akire se ade a asenda pa na afeso asaka bosome miensa pe ne yakwa akoto aba nti sa o mampani yebo ni din se omra meye titirani e wo sabre mu a na kire se entotoye ne hye pa bi en wo ye e wo ne mamu a enu nti ECOWAS betimi afra no so omra metena na adwa so na wonfa emmoa mo ntotoye nsam ni nyina so etimi enkoyie emfa emmoa ebibre atoye mantem no ene wo mo enka bomu ku awodo ni nyina na wokasa no en wo che se so omampani ababa ye ECOWAS titirani di a ene na ehu behia se edwadie nkita wodie nso ene anwonkofa eda Ghana ene Nigeria ntemu no nso wobehwe no anya ho nsenkaye esan se enkonkoba se wo ye titirani di ma ECOWAS na entawantawa eda ECOWAS mabie ntemu na be ye hwe han wo se pani a wotena ho ma aseduafo no ye ka se ya bunankamefo a wonso wo ka ho enu nti wo se wo hwe na wo ye ntotoye ni nyina na afi asomdwe nsem nitimi kọ eyie ede ema Ghana wo mabienu ena enya ako anase ohaw ababeda wo mo ntemu a na ye se wo hwe no aka na bibia atimi akoye papa ede ama Ghana so
dwadi ensem ne anyonkofa ensem wode ensem we nyina atudwa ebra wo ba dwadata efrans antwerefo ede to wo manim no wo ka kire wo mo se afi we ba yira fa hye no ananka wo se nka Nigeria fo anase Igbo fo wo my Ghana mu no wo mo hwe no mo die no watu ede ahyeda anase watwentwa na se kakra ansa wo mo betimi ede ahye afi a ebeba bia ye mfie bide ne aduonu baako 2021 ene wo mehwe no masan ye ba yira fa hye no esansa afi we die coronavirus no ama bibia ayesi one time enti yam festival no a Igbo fo edi wo my Ghana hanom no enya ade a ebeba so we eye ensem eda kratafa eye Ghanaian Times no the kratafa etosu dunum
na graphic democrat anani mo no no wade aba wa ye kempenifo akasa eno mo ekire so mo ne bambofo aka bom omba beko edi etia website ahodo a omo leaky exams questions ade ba montene so na wa ye kempenifo no ese website anase sa mie ne be aduonu baako 21 ya boaboa ni nyina no ade akwakoma posifo so muni ekire hwe ma yenku entia saade ne sanse emmo ma Ghana yen sohwa ye twero no emudie ne yedie emmam na daachi nchirima so daachi na yese ne sa no se wo man na maami onu ye head office adima wayek maame Wendy enwonam adelamte na ne graphic democrat anu edi enkomo enu osi debira de betro nsohwe no na ensensem bebre piepie ho aba edi ohaw ne yenie ba beja Ghana fo so no osi website ahodo ne ba ko bia ni nipa kra no na nya nipa beye opepim aduosia 60,000 na chese dozo pa dodo na so aya adesua for me student a omo airpen leak questions edi aye bibie no obobo odi kakra edi to dwa kire mu se 21 no ebi edi enie Wayek exams room eno your website Wayek seekers exams leak Wayek press examination Wayek WASI result upgrade Wayek for 2020 West Africa exams link and na Wayek secret room ebi enso ya Wayek spark Wayek Ghana education news Wayek updates Wayek 2020 Wayek authentic hub and na Wayek Ghana ne krakra no ya Wayek union and ye keka ho na maame ne se sa edi makumaku aduonu ya website e wo internet so na omo edi questions ba montene so ema enkoda nya bie na ma ensoshe ne yakwakotwere mu hyeda nya duru no ye fom ho nche omokra wasi a free bra Ghana mampanyi na nado danko akufu ado eka se yambie school na final year student enfama junior high ni senior high school for no enkwanko yes hye ye fankotro exams no ena sa website a wodu sorry ye ehase so mu ye adwuma na oma ye adwuma masese ne niema bi ekoso ya achia kakra eto mama mo kwan amasese mra no mba bedi enti suppose for sa so mu a emra mu bedi ni nyonyo munya ahweye anyasa Ghana yen so ye betwe no wa ahwe adachi bi no na de wo haw abreye
Ghanaian Times democrat an krata fe to sudu na ho no na me de eto aso na me de eto aso e wa ha no dia eye aprobo a Ghana mampani abedi akire Dr. Mamadu Bawomia wode akwakopie mu e wa mantifido mantamu a wo che se enamienu en wo kwakodi wo ho no na fe wa hwe se wo betimi ama e ho no fo nso atimi ansa aka wo mo empuntu dwuma ensem awodo no a no wode ahono ba bi e de ama wo no mu na wo kwakopie mu e wo mantifido mantamu eye wa east afei upper west region ene miaya ahodo a ekeka eka ho no ene wode ba beto o manim se Ghana mampani na adodankwa akufo ade na ban MPP no se ye be hwa dipa setena mu nsam ni yedie nsam a ene wo pre ade ama oman no titiriu eye enipa asetena mu nsam enioma bia wonsu se ye nhye pa ebetimi ama nipa asetena mu nsam ha o mo no eye social intervention programs no ena Ghana mampani ehwade gu akwan mu ebi te se free SHS ebi ete se eye job creation ene ne akeka planting for food and jobs ene eye national health insurance no ene niama ahodo a wose wo ya ebe ma nipa ahodo bi atimi anya so mfaso enu mpo no wose nya nipa ahodo bi mpo Ghana fo dodo no a ebetimi anya ho mfaso ne nkwankwa ba se wo mu beka se an ena aban ne ba ye no akwakoye kokufu bobo wudi animu aye mpaso ose eniama ebe ma Ghana fo nyina atimi adibi aka wo mo so ano atimi adibi ehunu se ampa mesu babusua so enya so mfaso aban so mfaso no enu bi no mde egu akwan mu a wo mo eye enti yenkoso anto aba ne mfa mu wo mo na senyame ya adom na so wo mo eba enioma ne hihye pa bi a wo mo hwe se betimi asan ma ni passes na mu nsam ahen ha wo mo no enu na mo begu so aye wo mo so wo mo gidi ye pa se free SHS no e wo mo so ha bi e wo ho ai enye niema nyina na abaye a ebetimi akoto oten ebe wie kire ne ebetimi ede oha kakraka bi ana oha kakra bi etimi abasa oha ni enioma ne nyina na no mo ntio no enyina eho na so wo mo ehwe de nhya wodo nipa bi agwa kwan mu a wo mo de be so sa free SHS o hawa ababeja ho nyina no say bia eye no planting for job, food and jobs no o ha bia ababeja ho behwe no mo aye ni nyina na Ghana fo so atimi anya so emfa so pa enti yanto aba ne fa mo efie bi ne aduanu yi no mo ba enuoma panko a ene wo mo enhwe ni mu so mo ebeye ede ama won
na graphic ratafa to so edu enkro no ene wo de GCPP mpanyfo fo nyine aba Nyakopon eye aduma enche kra omo ekwa akwaji omo Frank Krani atum eye September da etosu edu enkro na opanyini ye Dr. Henry Lati a wono a na ekra Frank o magina atum da dom ko peda ne saso de akere se nyakase nim dada na face officials eye empanifo de ema GCPP amayoko no so no mo adom wadi na dwumade ne bekoso La Palm Royal Beach no enkran eto mo de hotel pa eno mo kwa lunch o mo niema hodo na nya asem keto akora no mo so befa sa akonya so mo manifesto no omo adana the new domestication manifesto na de agina so pa no ye renewable energy eye ahwade ne nya difri awia ene enframamuo eno beka ho asem o manifesto nim ebrekro na musunu kuayo pa kuayo original one see this kind of sort dono edu bi ne ba beye enye sa fertilizer fu no ene GMO fo de no dabi wenu kuntuwa na kuntuwo awie ehwa na ehwe bu otikwa da bu otikwa bra no akopenu bi ase atena no wadidi kakra na wie po asan ba beto aso nya menke bi a watu bi de aguje mu na watoto anu adi aburo so ba na ne mabbo aburo mpesie ewa afuo mu enu bi eho afuo no mba beka nwasem ewa mo manifesto nim na amo aboache Ghana fo ko ebetini afa so ebedi yehunie na yenya kase yedi yenso edi yekui na ma oma na tumpon enti GCPP amayekwendi enya small party o omani abre papa sa fi we said ombedi nkunim omusi sakraya eba no nya senketo amrache bedwa no manya kra no omu nchemu beye aduonu 50% die omu befa no ma mpanyini so no aba abedi ade na chese Ghana kwari mutinyankopon aduma 19th eno omukwa akodo omudwumedie no adi ewo La Palm Royal Beach no ewo enkran
ABC News da obakrata no na mede eto aso ne krata fan eno no eto so ewotwe ewo ene mahuri santan ababa begina eya National Women Organizer e de Man New Patriotic Party ma Mike Jamfu a na ekasa ewo hanom wosi ne nsuru egujam pa na niam bi ya ne ya na niam ya ne ya nyina ne se wosi se wo hwe eye parliamentary voting ya ekwa osue ya na se post ya ekwa osue ya na chese parliamentarians ni bedru ono a wo MPP amanyokuo no no wo ma hwere wo mu nkwanwa anase obi wo hono mu na adwa wo sanka bia nkosan de kokko prem na hye bedwa ndi bra bia mu de ma amanyokuo MPP no wo hwere ye enti akwa ba ne sa asadodo na apeso wo kwakwanten kro independent okogina sa as independent candidate eno no wo say wansa dansayem wo sere mo ya sa mo de ayemhya beja party no so moya sabodi nchemba beja party no so sense obi wo hono mu a wo se o parliamentary candidate anase wo yem na hye bedwa ni die na ewo MPP amanyokwo wo lucy na so wodom a edi wachiri no se ekoba ne se wo kwa akogina se kwanten kro ama wankasa so ya sa to so aba na ni MPP amanyokwo mu ni babi anase ndi amanyokwo ni babi akwa akogina ewo mpeso ne so a ebe wi achire no ubo se ubechicha party ni na efei MPP amanyokwo no makwa akolusu enti wedi ode ya desrade na eto MPP ya mo parliamentary candidate awodo a mulusu ye wo mo constituency muo se mama mo nkwa kwantenkro enya sa nkwa party ne kura enkwa boa wo se mo yesa enkwa yie 2008 wo se mo nhwe nipa dodo a mo ankasa mo hwere mu nkwanwa na mo yesa mbekwa ni independent candidate no mo nhwe ade ohawa di babeja party ne so enti wedi wo mo sremo wasramo pa ne nsa dansayem ene wode epa mochow monhwe na munya bibi na monsan ensi gina efoforo na entimi empia NPP amanyokuo no emfa enkonka anyasa mugina sie no ede oha keke ene ba beja amanyokuo no eso
na mefa eye graphic democrat anu krata fe to so aduonu ensia no ento aso na from antemu no memu apomudin anyumakuo no mo hwe ya pomudin soro mo kuku krakraye no mo kwa na Ghana fo bisa se anamo kwa no mo se hwe ko from antemu ko ye de mo se yan coronavirus ya ka ho asem de a che na nanom enti Dr. Kuma Aboagye won edi animu we Dr. Da Costa Aboagye edi animu anu omo ekoye na nanom ahemfo omo from antemu ya ne omo etena ase kasai to omo fo pa etu omo se coronavirus ya de nda so omo enkoye edi Ghana fo yenya hwe papa na yendi yehuni ne yanko enti ya de no se ebra ya de ne ba na giam gidigidi pa no ene ne nya asem ketwa wo bia de na adwezi su corona ofa corona uye corona as they say no ya tiada ya partner ye sheda emfa corona asem no nya asem ene ye tu ne manyina afre futu France ena ye te wono mo kane na ka ye ncheche ye se ke me high five na ke de abatwe gan na ene kwa asode a hwe manim na chia me sem so me mu na kani wo bi ye se de ni nyina no ye side dia beba ama ye finfam ye ho tena foafo so enti nkrofo adwene free yade no so eno omai apomudin abedwakon se dabi yare no edaso on ma ekum nkrofo a ehinta nkrofo ti enya hweye pa ena afensu yade ni bi won mu a eye yade krankra we ho dada ye den ewon mu ebi ene asichire yade ebi ene mojabroso ebi ene akoma yade ebi ni yade bia sheda wo ye ho na so na coronavirus nse ye bu ye ni agusu a ye mfa nya adwuma eno so mo kasa kire manfo ne se ye hwe ne mo ye ho ban emfa free se yade no ho so wo bi pe na wan mu waduro se ne se na fatam afa so bi nya yade ni bi na se ne ya hwe na ma ne ho ato kaka ni coronavirus yi ya hwe na ma ne ho ato ya de bo ni bi eni ni pedua mu a ye ni nipa no enka mo muntina se ne nya ne se yi na ye pemu a na se ye tete no ne basa na che se ye moa ema ye nku entia yade no se mi na manyi yade ni bi ni ahwe mi ama me ho atome na se obi enimi na se oye me peyi ana wo tete mi ana wo tete mi a aya na mi akasa mi hye de nya opepa ni wodo ema meka ho asem eti wasre pa se aya yenye saade ni firi okra na yenkamom kanipa de maye ho na ne kropo boa maye ho etoye afa so wasre yen se aya yenta ma education kasa wodwumedie enkoso ene yafafuo ne yenuanom entem ye hu yetetewa mo ba komienu a ne yafa yade no nkomo ne yaba bedi ne yahwekwa betimi afaso abo ye ho ban eti se ye kwa asore ye kwa dwabos ye kwa baby nipa doso a na yahye nose mask no na ye kwa hye de ye sanitizer aka ye ho na ye de ko ye hwe ne yamfoafo aso bebre yatete ye ntemo na ye di enkomo no so no ye hwe ena yama ya no ampa ne ankobu obi animutia enti we ye futuo ne sihye kakra Ghana Education Service for the amanana no me from Mantemu Meche Water region at the afa coronavirus ni yade wa bia ehye ye ho etise mojabroso ene sitie yade akoma yade ne keka ho no se beboa ne atena se ache
na ABC News do bokrata no ana mede eto aso ewo eye kratafa eto so duba akwo no mo we kura mpo ye wotwe ho no a ena meda so ejina na mejina wotwe ho no mo no ade a ene na wosoafo wo hwe nkitahudie ensam so onumonyamfo kwadwo ponkroma ena ekasa wa hanom yi ne nkasa ye ne nyina ya aseda piese a wode kwode ama stakeholders ahodo a wo che se wo eka bo muo no wo bo aye ehwe ye se COVID-19 enhya ahodo edi gu akwanmuo aban ede toato aye ekire Ghana fo se ye nyina ye nhwe ne ani so na entimi emmoa ye mbo ye ho ban famfiri COVID-19 ne ho no wo se mpanifo bi aye ahwe ama wo manfo so wo mpeso ampeso so mantem mu mpotem mu mansini mu wo mo adi so pepepe wo se eyade a aye nani so papa esan se ebra ye fiti se COVID-19 yi ni ti wo my Ghana mu wo march boso mi ni mu da na eto so du mi yenu wo mfiapini ni aduonu yi no wo se COVID-19 ba be pie ha no mo ene edi ayam hye kase pa ene de beba beja wo my Ghana so na nso nam se abande hya wodo agu akwan mu a na empanifo wodo a wo mo ene o mo nyina ka bo mu ehwe se ebetimi aboa ne adi so no wo mo enso eye ne sa pepepe nti sisi aye active cases ya woche se ewo my Ghana mu no eye 831 pe 831 etu ono de na se da PSC kase ene wo de ekode ama stakeholders ewo my Ghana mu so wo mo so antwe aban no ano anwo fom antwe mpanifo ano anwo fom no wo mo ehwe ye efiti ebra ye ka se yankwa restrictions ya wodo no ne ka se ye face mask and ye lockdown ahodo no aba ye wo Greater Accra na afa Greater Kumasi ni nyina no wo mo hwe ye ne pepepe enhya ye de agu akwa mu nso wototo gusu asresa Ghana for behwa ne yedi so ne yankwa ne se ya hu se ye cases na aba from wonti no ne ye teda ne se ye teda wo se ye nhwe ne ye ni so na entimi emmoa yen wo kwa sonko so na COVID-19 no ye entimi enko emfa entia
na searchlight Democrats amede to so no mampanya be de chie Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia ena ekasemo se adwada no ena NDC amayekoni ko UPSA no enkran ekwado mo manifesto no adie people's manifesto e won mo de magana fo manifesto ye adwuma manifesto ye die de ma ye asomdwe manifesto no mo eda no adie na eno mampanya be de chie Dr. Bawumia se NDC foto bi ba na mudua bu mo ho ose ameti ba bi ameti sire mu sa mesi anti krofo mu ye serious pa adie be para dread mu pache chese ye die kwa na mo wiare san copiatus mo ko pipe no ma pesi mo ko pipe no de mo nya yi so ma sa ibrofo ne keke to ga se Ghana for ya djubu mi ewa hu ya talanka za ne esisi wodo mo no yenim ma wiawia ye nya na so ye kama mate ase se ekwa ye faso ye mpuntu djuma ne ye boa Ghana ma Ghana tu mpoko nanim no mo NDC fo mu ntimi nwia Muntimi nwa kyerɛ sɛ muntimi nyɛ na maba ba wi ama no ayɛ yie enti adwe ne deɛ mbetimi afa o na sɛ deɛ bɛyɛ mbetimi de ayɛ adwuma na no ni asɛm no ɛno ɛne asɛm no wɔso wɔ otumra no wakyerɛ sie ebra na NPP foɔ wɔn ɛbɔ ntoa no ma presia to abadia mmɔmmɔ ɛwɔ 2008 mu no ɛna ɔmo de Northern Development Authority baayɛ NDC foɔ baayɛ apɛ na ɔmo wie na ɔmo de sada baayɛ sada nso nkɔyɛ yan confirm ɔmo atu akɔ Burkina Faso and confirm ni passport na so mko Burkina ɔmo kɔdi di ɔmo amba biem pebre mu ne yɛdua nuama ne nyina da hyeyɛ we nyina de yɛde kɔpɔ yɛ nyanam etu we de pefe sɛ NDC foɔ deɛ ɔmo wia nneɛma nko a ɔmo ntimi nya hwee ɔmo apanya be de akyerɛ de nsɛm we sɛ twidwa ɛwɔ Upper West Region ɛno ɛwɔ Matifi Mantemo no brada no ɛbro ne nananom ekɔhyiaye
ABC News da obokrata no na mede ɛtoa so na we na ensam no makokyerɛ de obokrata na anim pɛ na wɔkyɛ sɛ suafo be de akyerɛ wɔhwɛ adesua nsam so wɔnwonyamfo ɔsɛ ya wedu twum na wɔkasa wɔ ha no mu yi wɔkyɛ sɛ efiti ɛbrɛ a Ghana mampani na adodanko akufo ado bɛfa abenwadi so a wɔn ɛde bɔwura efie bi ne dunso 2017 no wɔn etimi a employ akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ bɛ sɛ 93,000 wɔse kane na nko wɔn hwɛ anim sɛ 16,000 pɛ na nko betimi employ na so si a wɔn atra saa hye no ama wɔn betimi a employ akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ bɛ sɛ 93,000 dia ɛna na kyerɛ sɛ wɔn ayɛ adeɛ nti wɔn ɛsɛ sɛ yɛpene wɔn yɛmpene wɔn ɛne sa pepepe ena owura yi kyerɛ wɔkyɛ sɛ we no ɛyɛ sɛ Ghana mampani na adodanko akufo ado ne nhyɛ ne bɔhyɛ nsɛm a wɔhyɛ yɛ sɛ wɔpɛ quality education ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana mu no sa pepepe ena wɔyɛ akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ ne dɔɔso a ɛbɛtumi aso adesuafoɔ no so na wɔn nso ɛtumi akɔgu sukuu daa wodoɔ mu wɔn akyerɛkyerɛ wɔn adeɛ nkɔnkɔba sɛ adesuafoɔ no bɛbɔ apɛ so saa na kyerɛkyerɛ ni baako pɛ wɔkyerɛ nipa bɛyɛ sɛ 200 adeɛ wɔsi ne nyina no ɛnya adeɛ ɛbɛboa no krampo ɛba sampo a sɛ bia wopɛ sɛ wokyerɛ adeɛ na ɛsene nkɔraa ne tiri mu a akɔdaa bi kura mpo wɔ hɔ no mu ɔmo dɔɔso saa no adeɛ ne bɛyɛ ne bebree wɔpagya ne nsa kora bi sɛ biribi a no ɔfɛde wobɛhu sɛ asɛ wayɛ moa nanso nkwadaa ne so a akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ no ani bɛtumi akɔ ɔmo ho ɛne ɛbɛtumi akyɛ akyerɛkyerɛfoɔ nso ma no aso nkwadaa no so enti ɛbɛtumi aboa ama yɛde sua nsɛm no atumi apoma kɔnkan enti wei no wɔde atu adwa na akyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ kasamfoni dwumakuo a ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana ha soɔ ɛna kyerɛ sɛ wɔkɔkɔ gyina so ɛne ɔde nsɛm ne nyinaa no ɛde ɛto wɔn anim a wɔkyɛ sɛ aban wei wababa bɛyɛ bi paa etime bi yɛ nyini boni ayɛ na mfie mpini ne aduonu abato ɛde bɛhyɛ so no wɔn nkɔ so ɛnto aba no ɛmfa mo no wɔn mɛtoa wɔn nnwuma pa na wɔn ɛyɛ no so ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana mu
na statesman Democrat na mede eba no kɔ ɛyɛ atebubu amanten ɛno ɛwɔ bunu ismantem ne mu na ɛhɔ no mu ɛne yɛyɛ mfidi dwuma bi yɛtintim awiom ba bɛyɛ adwuma ɛno yɛ starch mu adwuma ɛno mu ɛba bɛyɛ ne din ne amanten agro processing limited na Ghana mampanyi ɛde nafuwa mmienu 2 days ɛsi no mu a wɔkɔ apro ɛwɔ bunu ismantem ne mu wakɔ akɔhwɛ dwumadie no a ɛkɔ so na sika ɛwɔ mu no mpanifo ɛkyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ 34 million America sika nim ɛno mu de ahyema yɛ Ghana adwumakuo pɛ ɛyɛ Ghana fo nko a ɛna ɛyɛ sɛ adwuma no na Ghana aban so asomu bi ɛka mensiri baako fidi dwuma baako no ho a ɛbɛboa ahwɛ ama adwumadi a yɛdie ade afa banche ho no akɔyie mpanifo kyerɛ ma no ɔmo si adwumakuo no ɛyɛ company mu wie a asase yanta meche eka no mbeye su adwuma no beye 14,000 eni enya asam keto adɔso ɛso wa ba trepa eni banche nko a eni ebedua banche nko a banche no sɛ banche da ho ɔbɔ ye de be ni nyom bedua mu wie pɛ wɔne ɛbɛfɔ mo amoma ye adwuma ye ne mabunu no ɛbɛkɔ animu ye pa ɛna tonso no so mbeye wo adwuma banche no enso da kru bia bebe 300 enti wese no ɛyɛ asam da aban no akɔ akɔhwɛ a wɔkyɛ sɛ ɛbɛkɔ ye ɛde amagana fo nyina.
I can't kill myself. I conditioner come on the more. You said I want the more. I want the more.
I want the
I can't kill myself. What is this?
Binary.
Here in Ghana, she went there so the aye. The other people there me bomb price emma.
Yakokasi see ebe asem wa ase.
This coronavirus times not a condition, you know.
Be I am beside me say bra not to one no.
I can't kill myself. I can't.
That me say.
My main king can comments in the kakra kwe anyone of pay ojumedie. So now this one here says, who is deceiving the chiefs and people of Achem State? Do you have to go on demonstration to seek apology from someone? Very funny, pow. That is one here from Abladi Efie Kuma Zongo Takrade. Yauza from Suami says, in just one term of Nanado's exemplary leadership, Ghanaians are enjoying free SHS, NAPCO, 1D, 1F, 1V, 1D, 1 constituency, 1 ambulance, In fact, if I say I want to continue, I will not finish. You've listed tyranny of a year, Nyama. Now, Avocado Constant. Kasua says, I can't believe some people are still supporting this ethnocentric behavior of Mahama. We see, assuming 2 Ghanaians are arrested for a crime, and depending on where they come from, the headline is in the dailies. 2 Northerners from Gonja arrested for armed robbery, or 2 Ewe men from Agotime arrested for defilement. Because see, what would be your candid impression when you see this? Tribal bigotry is very dangerous. Me, Adema smoker now. Yo. Crazy. Former president, he says what? Former president from Ayi Michael Brekusu Udino. No. Okay, I don't know if you add in former President Mahama doesn't know how to communicate well. Some of the members of the ruling government are chimps. Remember, he's a communicator. The word Achim also coincides with an ethnic group. So for the former president to use the term Achim Sakawa boys is very ambiguous and vague, and therefore defeats the purpose of effective communication. Hey, communicator. Master communicator. Yo. So because of cheap politics, Victor Smith can stoop so low and sell his birthright and talk like that. Boatin from Denmark. Wovake, New Plan Station, says, fellow Ghanaians, don't mind former President John Mahama. He will soon promise taking every Ghanaian to paradise when voted into power. That's Wovake with that one. Need 100 points na Ghana Muntie Jumedi Sunu Asiogwe me bo.
Ghana Muntie na mansanya so adawro Kofiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan e wo need 100.9 FM.
Anope na me computer no na e freezy e fina chese wetimi akan gum ti msemo am try dey kakra.
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special ice, natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Efiora, me mwachi o Efiora. Yes on.
Machi o Efiora. Efiora mechi awon yeso.
Hey, Ewura, enfase ma msu. Wati? E ba force search me. Mo yem no.
Won so pepe.
Hey, oh, wa fi, we dia me pese oni Efiora bekon. Efiora we dia ye kwa sori abo. Ewura de. Mo kwa sori. Ye mo paye. Ewura de kasoro ho a. Wati? E be se wo ba hwa wa kraba kumpo wunya. Onipa da sane timi koto this way chocolate drink. No ne yire ne mma edi nsuohie twabia nom anopa. No wi a wasade bia hye fridge mu. Wo mako school pon a wasan ba be yia nom. Enu mpore se ne nka ne twaso mu pa ende ye rekore. Na fie wura beti ha. Anopa dio, ewia dio, enumre dia mo no makodew. Mo mame. Na mu wi a ma sora akotra so ndem se ye kosum ya.
Mese na dia ya late nso miyanki kabinje Efiora ye wi a yakosere body pate. Ke Efiora, wuti fia se light bill no water bill ba wuntua bi. Wo bo asa sika na fa koto this way chocolate drink. Na ba nom.
Hwe me catch you play fa. Say this way chocolate drink no. Metumi ato bi pa na so na me so mo ahwe wate. E de me hia ne nsuohie. Na nsuohie so me ntoi. Se me bufu a, betumi ato bag mu a wate. Yeah, Efiora, we nko ade ma abunfu.
Efiora fi de ya bre ma abunfu bi.
Munyam sumponie. Munyam sumponie. Na mo ba ya trimodefo.
FDA ahwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye.
Need 100.9 Ghana Muntie Jumedi Sunu Asiogwe. Me ya sure se waso ofampa etie delbo ahodo ekosua newspapers me fan say be a radio TV a onim say omanpanyin sisi a oni Jubilee House one T Jubilee House sisi a wo pro kakra bunu is what I'm saying for mantem what I'm saying na wo bedi be ye nansia senior report ni tie na ye kwa ma no so ni akwa he aprobo no so far sen na ekọ ye ni honorable Dan Botry Waka omanpanyin mpenifu a woni omonam a omokọ aprobo wa bunu ene bunu is what I'm saying afmantem no ye ni nkomo nje update kakra hwe sene ene amesitie honorable da asimu akwa baba eye Neat FM so anope
medo asimini ya tse
ya hoye na mumso
nyame adom me hoye pa.
Okay. So far, I am some way the nansa meboa 6 days ya mubedi according to report no meboa.
Yes, nyame adom if you are ebnada. Yes. And so omanpanyi call it there. Ya ko bona baso ya KWASI chairman ha na jona no finish there back kuma state. Kana na yesi anu atebu.
Okay.
Na yeri ID kind of ana pa gusta kopio sene is sene west so yo sene west ramadan so sene is kajiji e konsuyo na no yes
okay
jack fe ma no ama nananom ene na abusha fe ho nyina so no e do masem eto nanim di o mapanyi a why bebe na ne bosha o say ye bebe na wadi so no ama mo so mo ho atom kuaye mu free senior high school ni ne magina bebe na na ma de study so say dey you know dey to mani Kwame down so about tebubu sa o say sa kwan no kwan obi enu obi enu say sa kwan no de say ya chepa ya omayi bi so I saw much so yeah na minister for rules ni team nyina so eka omanpanyi omayi yani omanpanyi no mokwa afọ no omanpanyi ka test sort for adwuma no Kwame down so eko ate we boko Kwame down so kwan no wo hwa contractor ni go so den dia wo ye pa wo hwa ba bia wo fi ase ye no na so akama na afi wato anya enye papa no so go see na empanyi fo ho nyina na amafo nya obi ani age sama
okay
one district one factory so ye go so ye no so no omanpanyi ko hwe bebre ne ma na e cost do there manage but the title say mo say omanpanyi so obetete regions ni bi aka ho no ne bosha wo share ye no wo share MPP manifesto no pa dia 2016 na wo mu ye kind in general but one you mention one region and western north at the time na ye release manifesto no but actually na omanpanyi ka wo 2016 or western north baby okọ bi aka say na so ba ye dia ye oti for the fear say kwa pay region be independent before independence so okọ ho asa do participate in amehwe o de osie ye yo obaye so no or minister to focus and get it done because really that day we say after 30 years 40 years abaye chom bibe na nyesi bia omomfo sanka o do mo saka na aka vinfini me ba me minister ho na ye fiase research no we saw so many different maps of Ghana na to say draft abaye chom bibe na fiase kakra like omo but the fear of be an akofan tokwa this violence this thing ni bebre na egato and omanpanyi nyame charge o man akukudo sonko a otimi edise adwuma nase na menu ya policy aye at the end of the day the whole thing is there obede insise ni sisu ebeba se odi gu ho na yeyi a o manfo no ade adom akoma so ba ya mo that is the whole idea politics. Over pursue policies and programs. At the end of the day, it will satisfy the aspirations of your people. And to Abian for Adam Makuba Swatche. Na Kufa Bamba or Castle Bay, and why yes, I'm not woman. An Indian Sonko, and Nafia normally because they are beginning to see the benefits. Now, you're reading in administrative ones. What share Adana yes, because Papa can say, yes, I tell you, no way. Obi no awo ne bafofra and I was suba bafofra all ma wani nkɔ no ho more Now, we shall say, at least we na fide wabeka adada for. So we focus on specific infrastructure development for the new regions. Our cost will be bigger. Man, pedi jina fifi biya na man for so 80 who advance there. Say, ejubana cost will do very very advanced stages at a boa amount for because steady winning no. Ejuba biya the part of the fear what region biya is the biya should also be in the new region. Adafu for best see account so call budget. I see 2020 budget here, and then the midterm review, and so many projects have been approved for the infrastructure development of the new region. Now, see the icing of the cake, because the nanum and a fear dealing in a petition. I feel they said nanum no regional house of chiefs. It's taking some time because there's some go through process. You know, the whole country, National House of Chiefs for sharing the whole country. We almost the regulations to the Parliament. It's the airline about one thing. They say 6 new regional House of Chiefs. Abayambra. The Bono East Regional House of Chiefs. And ananum Adiomuwa Munko Bebia Enra to crown or Mampany visit to the Bono East Regional. Inaugurated the Bono East Regional House of Chiefs. Judge the Suomo in as the matter. Now, while so no kind, I'm a Minister of Defense budget or the buy and I approve. You be see ultra modern Regional House of Chiefs. Ama nananum. Na Mr. President Boma Transia or Momo Land Cruiser Monobako or President Nene if when executive be used and I pick up also for the Secretary. It's that and what the promise fulfilled, satisfying the aspirations of the people. And then with that feeling, I think in the panel at the bar region, no meaning to back up on Masha.
Okay.
Because there were 2 main things. Petitions are 6 places in the bar. Some upper. 1, they want government to be closer to them because they feel cut off from government. And they're tossing me, say about the bill, they're tossing me, say, Ombenya accelerated development, put to the question 10 among. These were the 2 main things in all the petitions Mr. President received. Now, also prepare and Nanum Yoman former who said, Mr. President,
I see. So, Obi I follow when your campaign by a official working visit no Penny and our yamwa.
Working visit all year. Now, any working visit so over here 3 months to start an idea. And yet, on put the back Nanum me. Among for you, Casa, hey, Papa, what's here? I will ye dear. No, 1 hour way, you know, the what's here, we what's up the way there. Yes, I have to say, if you be a friend of 4 more years for Nana, and you now say a 4 now 4 years, no, 5 class, and every year, am I? Instead, Abaya, dear, Ubia just to say, Ampa, a Jumana Ugusha Oyen, Twan, there's some bompire. Nanya memoir na December 7 for 2 abana yentuma no trust I like a logical conclusion will be well me tell you na me sha from my experience also mu hunu kwa for say party sembisa obuhunu say look adwuma na o mampanyi ye ne de o mani tria eguso no look yamano trust no ye so this is one factory but na ba ko kan say yet said that necessary implementation bibisa parties that are now President Kumasi senior they are the way by yes what the all by idea who see party for and also idea you man put to why no go to be also e kromo you see who ko chef party kesi pa yes you atibu maintain omo ye niema at the other places na idea you baba Bakufa Danas, Bakuka said, we say, we so Bafa, my man by a hand. Well, it is like for them, no, it's a logical thing. Your mom pioneer, I mean, can't get a phone, no more on my penny and what.
Okay.
All more for Danan is highly endorsed.
Dabena Mumu cry.
On my penny and pay, I'm saying the next 10 minutes of a radio station.
Okay.
Now, will be 2 days. Bono region. And the player also will say Bono region, or what I say, and can new region create, but in a way, a very new region also. And the pay to the Bono Regional House of Chiefs.
Okay.
Because Bono is a film I have for a film also my for. It's already a negative year now. German area.
Okay.
Now, Obeko wait see any other place. That's the Memedani question that wako half region. Half region also no so a benefit the new regional house of chiefs.
Okay.
Now wako apro akoshe enuma ekoso akwan ne bebebe na ugusa oyama amanfo.
Yɛbɛda ase anɔpɛ nyame nka mo ho na ɔmfa mo mɛdu nkra nso asomdwe mu wia yɛda ase honorable Dan Kwaku Botwe mmarahyɛ bɛgyina ogyina ma ɔkre regional reorganization and development minister anɔpɛ ɔka ɔmampanyi ne mpanimfoɔ ne ɔmo nam ɔmo kɔ aporɔ ɛwɔ yɛ Bunu East Bunu ɛna ɛyɛ ahafoma ntɛm na yɛmmerɛ dɛ ɛbɔ nkrataa no yɛnwie anɔpɛ ɛmfa ma mo na yɛ discussion segment mpanimfoɔ nso ntena ase Kojo Dankwa NDC ɛna ɛyɛ Dennis Aboagye of the MPP bɛtena ase anɔpɛ ne adi nkɔmmɔ yɛnwie dɛ ɛbɔ nkrataa no
jo sɛ mewie me deɛ na mede ɛyɛ post dɛ ɛbɔ krataa na ɛwie na post the Bokrat and the Bano Chim say, a wisdom Peter Oku and a Shroye. Was he a Jawaku a Jamatu? Now, more motion near Koshawan say, Ghana Penyaka, we say it, you was here to him. A brand no man paid that John Dramani, Mamma, your man Penya Bediated. Now, my penny baby Kurofi at Tamils, a your man Penino. A dear bass, some pan and people for Ankam farm for Penino home. At some dear Benny ending the tribe of free move. And with the young one goes to Andre, Nananum, any and Cramufo, any penny for more romance of who do him. And the Amuna Mudru on one with the Migana Mo Peace Council, Mo Christian Council, Mo Munya Kakrani and Yeti, or officer or Ragabi or Chedacom. One no edio man penny mills as Sebi, Brucebi, Cronto, what is Sebi, a broker my ba, Murefi, and no action on man penny one with the idea so dear DSCA, Nana the Dankwa Kufu Ado. Urafi so catcher of Mampeni, Mills said, why ye simple penny. And now why John Mamma Sebi, not more friends says spare time. Need not that ye kaya na ye de any part, ye cheer one more journey a muahu. Qua sentimentum cochet, the mo communicators ne catcher one more tiffy mantem for. Need not that ye cabo and nake cassia mu be a triaka, and come back to me a car, as a cousin get throw at Lemo, say a Yisakawa, Mudia Muntibida. Na mo mudi atem so pa ye ne de ye de yankache we e post the bokrata no a
Ganeta de bokrata e na me de etu apokrata feto so enkono hono e na maba begina NDC amanyokuo wo mo efa ewo ho central en wo mo ekasa wo hanu ma wo mo e kire se sisi ade wo mo apaw eye campaign team a wo mo ba behwe no mo abo apro ewo eye mantwea no so no wo mo e de akire Ghana fo se monto aba ne fama ye o monto aba ne fama ye mfie pini ne aduonu abato ye se fata se mbeto aba ne de ama yen na yeso aba befa benwa ne de so esan se MPP amanyokuo ni na aba ba ye wo mama be ye bibi papa bi amfa ma o my Ghana o entwe nsan ko a echirisane ye nko anom de o my Ghana akọ ye chi sa setback enu omo de kwasa ni nyina na eyade a enhada emmoa enti wo mo apasa campaign team we no wo mo atimi awurawura mantwa mpeso so ene mantem wo no mo ne mansini mu no wo mo atimi abodaro no ede asene omafo tiri mu se ene amapom be ye no mpeso mba beto aso enti mo nyi omo anu ye na ne wo mo epeso mbeto aso no wo mo ntimi nsa ma meto aso ni nyina na ye okokromoti ene wo mo ehia ewo mfie mpinini aduonu yi emu we so ene ye gina ne de bonkrata ni nyina enne ebe adwama so no aba awieye na
ma ayi ebi amokan na nheda anhima hwimye ntwama hwimye Ghana ni bia yeso ati US abrochime ma wabo ne yiri tuoi me husa mo kan story no ana nyama wawa
yebo we ne so yebo so wo ayi no
say ayi front pages ni de me husa mo kan ye ba man
me kan wa me ba
me husa mo kan ye na me say na mo ye mam ye nu pa na se yabo oba tu a oba na se ni ku yesofo owura bi ese friend Sylvester Ofori
yase Ghana ni bi wa yesofo pani ono ya friend Sylvester Ofori wa Ghana ni ba mapa wati US abrochima mu Florida wono mo na wo se ne yiri ya wanya mfinhia aduonu nson eye adwuma e de man Navy Federal Credit Union a ewo Garden Parks a ewo Boulevard na ewo no no en watch say se asakwa ya ade na kwaya atesemu bi enhada ensi so due san sempanifo mo ba bonten no
we de kan wade wi na
can say as a urana se wajani kunu no and a kunu ntiase and on a yatesem no na ya making card every daily guide that workra tamu de wo mo kire say penny for ensha da hu na de crop pot pa oba ne de ye ni kunu eye babra ofori de ye ni kunu Sylvester ofori yi a ma watimi atwetuo e de ase ne so aboni dua aboni etuo sa ma che se wati nananom wonse do na ewura na nka wo kọ eye na adwuma mu a eno no eye credit union ho no mo wo so wo pa kene ka akora na no mo ensha da ni we ye eyewitness no de no ogina ho no mo obi a ogina ho na ni ko twa wisi wodi ehunu ni ana ekoso pa eno wo che se ewura no akwa pa kene ka na che se wura credit union no inside no akwa ye na adwuma ene se ni kunu no efa ne ka na chi na wonim se ewura ni hunu se na ni kunu na fa kire wa na se na ete sen dia na ni ama ne ho so ene se abrante no eyi tuo no ene ode ebo ne yire no eho nom no ana je se o collapse ye no a na je se timkeja wati nananom ewo ensiedo ewo ho nom no a na eba sa no ewura bia wogina ho nom a wo che se ye friend Lisa wono ne yam hye ne pa esansa ne nyonko pa anasa ewura yi wo kwani ni kodinsa wo so ewo credit union wo nom a wo kire se ewura yi obi a che se ye kasa of mami bi wa abotira wo hu bi da Mame Barbara Ofori or Wabotera Papa Sofo na yire no na wonima de property nti e ba Sofo ni tiri mo timi twi etue edi see so asabre Orlando Roland Orlando police chief no wakasa e wa hanom a wo mo e kase wo mo sa aso owura Sylvester Ofori mu a sa enyamena nsem na wodi ye no mo hwe se wo mo de no e be fam na kwan so esan se bra na wodi etue no esi na yire so a wo bo ni tue se ten no surveillance camera no che no eche ne pass CCTV camera na esi ni studio egbe ya anti ene de kwa so nyina no wo mu ehunu yi a sa nyamna nsem ya Ghana sofo ya kwakwodi wo US man mu no eye daily guide nso akwchiri bi e de aba no ma posifo so wo mu guso a edi akire ne ebesi ewa akire bi anso ebebo akire e de ama Ghana fo na mahu ba bia ensem no akọ
abayo ye won ko se ewrabe nfa nya ba ewrabe won ko se ondie 27 years and sofo nso wanya de
me sha da anima de kro de na wo senka omo sha da do asukọ no omo hu ade property ana sofo
police for no chese echire omema yehu ade property a ni esi ye nti ama brand ye no so yes ne oye but senior na o kan say atesem bi say ya wade jade ho an say bem say obai jae be men o jae be men na minim say esi japade no fan so bekọ bi a oba ho na say yawo ne sa na bi keka o
na bi mo keka ba kwasi no matter what no say eno so nkyere say obetwiti odi e de age obi akra nkwa de feeling sa
say no de wa obekasa ofu asokra de say na say na wa dream cow
asa ya baba ba ye trend bi a obi wa na yire ne ge kasa oja na ne kasa oja ni kunu kasa oja na ya twiti oni e de akunu sa na afi asa ne be wi eche na akwa foolish case engongo si ba bia enti we de emsa akwa ya burochire ne ye hwese eho no mbambofo no behwe na o mama mra ne abrantie atimi aka ne ye papa
no kre ba before be konso no unsa no pay me interview bi one story bi abem say buy Africa Education Watch o say schools ni bi ho no say because of pandemic ni ntina nkoda no increased teenage pregnancy
pregnancy
yeah na unsa na papa na cheche mu ka say coastal areas coastal belt no mpoano no ya na nkoda no ta fa ye funu pa
awon nti ana
there be minyonku bi no send message no see it's the UCC and the SHS boys who impregnate the girls. Cape Coast has a lot of good schools, but the township people don't like to go to school, so they easily get lured by the boys from the schools.
Oh, okay. But I don't suppose I look right.
No dada university for no dada nkoda no show me yes
no anyway I was o de ona menye we kakra na o se hu school ha no betimi aba
body no be fire wood me da say I pay need 100.9 discussion segment continues
Ghana muntie na mansanya so adawro kofiaman homene so ejiji tonton sansan e wo need 100.9 FM.
Yamenu, ejaba boni di adwa ma wubi eti ya menu afa hin na mahie fufuo ti ase dada menya wofo yi papa so ba fie ni anwie fufuo ya asamu aba na so oben wadi fufuo edi mpreni ne mpresa da kro beye de ni ehwe fufuo a akode wonwane
adwa mo adwuma se me ne fie adwuma de mini fufuo kakra ba o madie no ene wato metwa mada pasa aso wo kan na matire nyira
wati ate na make am meboa
ebe do di komum na sese ade obra to otwa fufuo ai wo drum pam na wo ma siu na wo timu aba na wo sadade na wo timfra akode ne nyina to otwa make say ya need food sadaroma wo bia mani ye pa ya wa ya mbode fufuo ne mankan fufuo a wine powder wo de guada kama ya ye fra no need fufuo a
eni anu bi na masori ba until izi kama me di ye yo
sese bia
mama hwe oh bia need fufuo eye kama say bode fufuo ne mankan fufuo papa bi na wo ka say twan eposim na ede na me so kan so ento simanu mpenu wa wie wo hie wo kwa papa bi aguso
be chese de ama mani kura agisa need fufuo ho ama me ko to bi kura ba ne say se de Ghana for sipom fufuo no anu an wo ye nu enti se wo hwa fufuo won pam wo dom ne we nu a wo ho susuna bi awom wo nso de bode ne mankan fufuo papa bi
ejanie eni afi na fufuo na afi na wo bedi pa ne se de wo bedi ne senya wo fa mojaduro ana pa wi ani anadwo a wo koda
need fufuo supermarket bi am need fufuo e wo fi a ani gye nko a
FDA ahwehwɛ sɛ adwadie nkratoe mu agye atom sɛ ɛyɛ
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Ain't gotta do it alone. Specialized makes you flow. Anytime, anywhere. Specialized feel different. Always think specialized. Special ice, natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Efiura me mo chi o Efiura yes on
machi o efiera me chia wonye so
hey ewura enfa ma me so what e ba fa so chia me mo yam no
won so pepe
hey oh wa fi we die me pesa oni Efiura bekon Efiura we die ye kwa sori abo ewura de mo kwa sori ye pompa ye ewura de ka soro ho a what e be se wo ba hwa wa kraba kompo wunya onipa da sane timi koto this way chocolate drink no ne yire ne mma edi nsuo hie twabia nom anopa no wi a wasade bia hye fridge mu wo mako school pon a wasan ba be yia nom enu mpore se ne nka ne twaso mu pa ende ye rekore ne fie wura beti ha anopa dio awia dio enumre dia mo no makodew mo mame na mu wi a ma sora akotra so ndem se ye kosum ya
Mese na dia ya late nso miyanki kabinje efiera ya wi ya kwasere bɔ fate ke efiera wuti fia se light bi no water bi ba wuntua bi wo boa se sika na fa koto this way chocolate drink na ba nom
ta hwɛ me catch no play nya play fa say this way chocolate drink no metumi atobi pa na so na me so mo ahwɛ wate e de me hia ne nsuohie na nsuohie so me ntoi se me bufu a metumi ato bag mu a wate yeah Efiura we nko ade ma abunfu na koto me
Efiera fi de ya bre ma abunfu bi
munyam sumponie na mo ba ya trimodefo
FDA ahwehwɛ sɛ adwadie nkratoe mu agye atom sɛ ɛyɛ
ejaba boni di adwa ma wubi eti ya menu afa hin na mahie fufuo ti ase dada menya wofo yi papa so ba fie ni anwie fufuo ya asamu aba na so oben wadi fufuo edi mpreni ne mpresa da kro beye de ni ehwe fufuo a akode wonwane
adwa mo adwuma se me ne fie adwuma de mini fufuo kakra ba o madie no ene wato metwa mada pasa aso wo kan na matire nyira
wati ate na make am meboa
ebe do di komum na sese ade obra to otwa fufuo ai wo drum pam na wo ma siu na wo timu aba na wo sadade na wo timfra akode ne nyina to otwa make say ya need food sadaroma wo bia mani ye pa ya wa ya mbode fufuo ne mankan fufuo a wine powder wo de guada kama ya ye fra no need fufuo
Any Rubin and Master until is it come me yo.
Mammy.
Oh, Abia. Neat fufu fly, and yet come say, but dear fufu and careful for Papa B. Now what can I say, Chai? A possim, and I'm so concerned too. Simon Benway, what she won't cry Papa B.
But just a damn many cry, just I need fufu from Mamma to be crab by and say, said I got a 40 pump fufu, and one way no, and the sound shot for 1 pump or drum when one. Who wants to snap your womb? Well, so dear, but then my can fufu, Papa B. A Jenny, and your fellow fufu, and a fellow who be deep partners and said, oh, be didn't send your family, and I'll pay you any other job for that. Need fufra, supermarket to be a need fufra, I will fear, and need junk one.
FDA, I just said, you didn't crack to more jet to say, yeah.
Need 100.9 Ghana Montie to media sino asio go yet to asia kwe ni mano pay bra baby I do see a discussion segment and me one pay for me no ma transfer studio no I'm saying Rock with your Dankwa I am member of the NDC on communication team Ra Dennis Aboagye yeah member of the MPP communication team former MC Ekwapem North Oma Tenasi I ba be di nkomo na we the MC nkomo bi ani edi we chiro am say na ya kan me kan radio sukra no pay say kan kwenchie BSC o motorway chese ufi Accra it's Tema to Accra Tema to Accra to Tema okay Accra to Tema na then he said sa kan kwenchie no ni ekoso na ade bia na me kan na bi fi se media gro me ka se ade no me se bia de no ane crop na track back web say na club bia for create be brace sisu na na then is catch him say Charlie boys etwa na te say wo mu etwa bia kama
say udu ho a omo atena si o omo nyina free omo mu ye adwuma of factories omo nyina epie no be gina track no
okay
so fabia na no de mienu say no de siniti no we tut
wow
no de bona no we omo to be HES kra bo video si no no omo gu ho na omo oh yes
very dangerous
trucks meaning as omo nya head on collision and see free Accra side ho a wo just before the toll booth
okay
before I do toll booth no on the Accra Tema side ho no
okay
an accident e see
okay
and see ama omo mu fit Tema e ba Accra no so say the boys ni to be edu no so slow down it's from Tema motorway no so Tema asham overhead
yeah
e be saying ba Accra dey obetime dey be 2 hours
wow
because even though traffic no there are the accidents on the other side obi edu a
no slow down
the boys here omo fa beer
yeah
ukura mienu say onom na ta no dey see one afa biom ta the video no be kire mobo
I said it times I no pay me kan say senior me who say club wo ho idea am for
I no pay the party more pa obi unfortunate incidents but
it's just like who say na near come back I say who say petrol tanker ebutu a ubehu na yen yesu say the dangers of it be a jabetimi atomia na man for so petrol is ade kitikiti ye bu faso na we so akoyensa man for twebia no pe
no ebi mo so hwe ha na say police woni yomoni no matam create no wow o yes our line bi no no line bi na de loading name no far to my way not
na we dey oh obi property
you see I give you betimi abobọ so ahu na ukonom na sento ni bia abobọ gum na sebe ekowura wo yemo a na wankasa na wudi hu awu it's very dangerous very very dangerous and once say na man no yesoso kra dey dangerous
okay another issue be am person we dey tell me ni ma dwen ye kakra ho me sure say mo sa story about Ghana ni software si wabo ni yiri tuwe ekuni na I'm just reading something them say me could be I share WhatsApp so ko yo minim say wo hu sa story na
so I'm say be better na hair na me
na oti oh
ka ho asem
wampa Ponte Ghana ni software I say wabo ni yiri tuwe
awabruchimemu
I mean I'm sure some of the newspapers even have
Facebook but man shut down and pay attention.
Oh, I think it's a daily guide crowd that we need more. Yes, daily guide. I'm sure you.
And I pay me here. The wedding video.
Yeah, wedding video. No, so
okay, baby, yeah, wedding.
Yeah. I go viral.
Oba. Na ebufo ben kwa na bitima fit. Oh, bye.
Now, meaning this issue about say ebi kika se be man na de oba no ba di ni fi Ghana ekọ abrochire Emma because of the fi Ghana de ne kọ abrochire o ma to property e abrochire nti akoyesa awade ja eba no property no japade ne kọ akodi oba no honum sei no na say be man no we ja like
obema we nya side japade ndi enka we you if you
nti
sisi ana ba we si why say ya wo kwakọ dey fias
yeah
because America they all cost for buffem
yeah
nothing below 25 years and probably life impo nti no na we nya so mfa so ana say dey that's the question I think say to the be say and I will follow story no so I say on my hints kakra with social media and that also goes to say sometimes we should pay attention to what people say and write because
some of the postings
yes. More indication of what people are going through and the sort of things they intend to do, but it's a very unfortunate
what was it
microphone we this is no na so there's a to room I don't know, you just have to just tweak it a little kakra just yeah sorry
what the board near to say wakuno. What was the reason behind that?
No, sir, na me chim say way speculations in some be allegation a man for can say one no the oba no ba Ghana or den ba bruchi, that's what people are saying. And I say our jai be eba and our jai neighbor no say if ni bem say japade bi omo no e ba akodi oba ni chen enti say ba ma no hwese okay I say ma bregu sana e bi patch but officially police for no say echi o mema ye hu enti odi amisa nyamran 7 no but this is what
more rem but bragwesi ayenso na ya ya tete sa stories bebre mema o mbefa ma de o mkwa bruchire na ma no kudu abruchire a no ma deche wom ekofa mema foforo ho wabo ho ka wo ba kra papers kra woni bi wono ana ahwe na papers on saka bibia so na ebu ya nanso ni na mu no eno so nkire se bi wo de oba eba bruchire ana se uye bibi mo oba na se edu ba bi no se mempew bi awarija ya mra na eno so nkire se wo se ofa mra de show nsem aya ne mo ya de
but man I didn't because asemi buy me who say mema no be can't say bia de bia no mo ye kofa man ba na man be jam look me su minim
majority and abrakwesi
media minim hwehwemu bia minim hwehwemu bia da hanu minim hwehwemu bia da hanu I say yes mema of course
in fact
and I know of a personal example unim oni pa ko oba no be fa be ma no wo ti Ghana ha say unni hwe oba no be fa call no and I say bi oni jimie officer you smart unim say ni green card no buy no green card ni be do ya pe na be ma no pack ni niama otilo oko no 2 years so we ja ba no officer we nya na ade no see be 2 years officer no ane na sisi 2 years na ewu na sisi I say oko na oko renew and oba no say ja no
kre no say yes no kre say enye mema nkwa na be fa ma no kwabrochiri e ma no bi su be fa mema no kwabrochiri but look ni ayatiti bebre no ano o hwa empempi no eye mema no na ye be fa ma no de omko
classic scenario so a man bi kura omti kromu a no mo de omaja pedi gina ma mema no ko omko ano meje omo ha
of course
well see ana make say menka say nsi ba empempi no stories ayete no eye mema no ana ye be fa ma no de ko
o so o mi hian krata ndi se me ware broni o be tiade so ma ware ma wo nti unya obi aware
na se no de eya de da ho ukwana se hunya nkrata na hunya so ware broni a e so ware no ana ma no so mo ti ase because obunim se e ho no wakro me obi ma so
ona ka se ase
o mo ti ase
o ka je so ware broni
me ankasa me brother wo free Ghana ko Germany na nkrata ansem o ka che ne se o ba hema ehu be hia o se an pe bi ware so what ase
o dia no
Ebu okra man kwa advice.
Oh brother.
Minimi won uncle bi won.
Yeah, oh brother.
Oni ne ni party honom. Ene ya me no kan say oni obi te ho. Okonya aburo ni bi ewo US oni ne kasa kakra.
na yere no na catch and say mabroni ne mra na wonya ne ho ade ana broni ne ba Ghana ye ne ho ade na broni ne kɔ a wo hwɛ sɛ wo ye nkrata ma bema na bema no so aye de ato ano ho wo bere ko a bema ye wo ayere wa ha wo ayere na so na sɛ mabroni ne mra no bɛyɛ ho ade
okay
uko Facebook a bema no di broni de bia my wife broni no de toto wo bere ko a na yere wo Ghana ha wo hu
but I mean both sides. Me and Yan to save your man and me. That's how I see it.
Exactly.
It's both sides.
Oh,
and there's no statistics being should be anywhere that is okay. Yeah.
But maybe na me chere ma adwene say mpempi na
okay, Mate. Ya kwe any more honum say ma min kan comments kakra me mra na yan sha se and come on. Now one here from Fighter Kweku Boachi says such a distasteful comment from an ex-president. We don't want a president who divides the country. Fighter Kweku. Now, to this one, Teacher Constitution says posterity will never forgive us if we give the NDC the chance to rule Ghana again. Teacher Constitution. Now, Leviticus Powers from KWASI says whilst the NDC manifesto contained failed promises and lacking credibility, the NPP government led by Nanado manifesto is full of deliverables with believable credibility. Amano Ansa from Adenta says, when we talk about promise credibility between these presidents who served only one term, then it's clear Nanado is far better than John Mahama. Amano Ansa. Pajaro from La Paz says, because in fact, Victor Smith, Amami Buefupa no pay. Mahama talking anyhow, Papano Casadodo. We the Achim Sakawa boys are waiting for him. Boy. So you yourself, you are calling yourself the Ushu Adiobi account Bufunwa. So well, I don't think so. We are cheating or cheating. Saibu from Kaswa says, as a former president, if your vision is to legalize Okada in this country, then this country will be in big trouble in the hands of John Mahama. That's Shaibu with that one. Thanks to the elders and the youth of Achim for demonstrating against the Mahama's bigotry comment yesterday. That's one here from Ochiniba Kwame Braku, Akorata Ifa. Farouk from Tema says, the NDC lacks credibility when it comes to promises. Let's reject their propaganda-laced manifesto with all our strength. I mean, who so yes, yeah. Say, Honorable Adongo, and our article B, or post you or on Facebook. Na Netifia Seven. Nsɛm bi ɔno kyerɛ sɛ ɔrefer to ebi mas Achim Sakawa boys na ɛno no manpanyin dada a ɔyɛ flag bearer ɔsan sɛ flag bearer ma NDC amanyokuo no ɛnso ɛde kɔtoo ne Facebook ɔna ɔshare wɔ ne Facebook reposting ɛwɔyɛ ne Facebook aba bɛyɛ nkɔmmɔdie bebree bi sɛ daabi saa deɛ no manpanyin dada yɛyɛ no flag bearer Rajon Mahama ntwa yie enti nkɛbɛyɛ anka ɔmpakyɛw oye no ɔde nchichiemu ni ɛka ho no ɔde ba ababe ya didi mu ama enra kra no ɔyɛ kyerɛ akɔso then is mame nhyɛ asɛm fiu so sɛn na tema
but that's about to say the kan mitia ekwapem north constituency MPP fo nyina ɔmo nto aso mbo adwumade ɔmo na bi de ntia kese ama mrante bi ɔmo boa abɔ na na dan kwekufo ado aban no ban yɛ ekwapem north ɔno abosa akɔde ɔkrase Kojo Esido the Godfather Sami Oji Osewusu ene Majari Bekwen na Majari Bekwen de ona constituency communications director e bona baso power adwumade a oye ho aba we see one penny John Dramani Mahama them say sisi abibi edru no ye kapa na ya cheche we beka so wati free watiesi gotemu anisa them say we fi main road no so na ne tie na patri akoto gotemu okoto gotemu no so no say nanka oprese obepie but we hu say nya de obetumi pie free mu nti why na jo so be ne hu fi me de nanka me expect say ebedu sambri na sa unfortunate comments na one make unfortunate comments na Honorable Adongo mu ene NDC for eka efa achimfo ho no I was expecting say nka ba na nkoma withdraw we yen nkoma e say ye die ma ne che ebedu bebi abedru in fact enya de bi kra nka say nka NDC amayoko e so mutena se ma achimfo eye demonstration kra ansa omo to be mu say the omo kan no man kan ye asem no omo kan ntwe ye. It's a very unfortunate incident, and me no I am very careful when it comes to commentary on such tribal issues. I at this point the Ebe can say before they should do the honorable thing. They should quickly run to their team people and render an unqualified apology. And for the amount of justification I'm try say they will put to this. I told the be a person will kawasem. But a quite first or becasem, the between wasem na yede. And I say asem na say a penny for my grandfather, and maybe I know to be to me for say. Embra or the becasem no. A quite or first or the becasem. Even tone cry tree, you can say. Ahwadea or the beca wasem no, it to me wasem near de, and I wasem nechia. I don't know the mentality and intention and I walk on Mampeni, John Dramani Mahama, and NDC4, a bro Mokasa. But you see, when you're the only issue, I work, I'm a meme who said what years ago to me. About a few days ago, okay, say, another Danko Kufa do NTB, and the lifespan is short. So, we have video no. Wait me correct do so. But say we have video no. In the video, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was telling the crowd say, say, omo amugina he nyina yi. Na na do Danko Ekufuado. The lifespan is shorter than all of you here. Na mo amugina he mu bebre wo ho a na na do Danko Ekufuado be dika ewu ansa. Mo mewu. Asem okan na make a video no online. You can go and watch it. Na so what this asem no ebe toto achemfo odi o matem na say achemfo dey require dey say achemfo dey free om. Enti this and many more are some of the things His Excellency John Dramani why I think say it is time of best stepping back. Now say a leave no be cool. Say you break so no be cool. Say wa break. Say normal no so you afro no. Now what reflect on some of these commentary. Say na be ya e be say bi ono ankasa ne ho ene na mayoko NDC. Ye be sere say baby edru no ene na chire ya no NDC for betu make romoko ochimemu. Now I'm the child park because it is wrong in its all terms. And for whom to say a whole tribe, a Sakawa, a mafia people there. I think it is wrong in every sense of it. It's minim a kwanya kwejo babe faso na watene no and ra say wutie omo national youth organizer. Me nua George Parado e was time. I say ono there say Omampeni Jomama eko apologize match him for crowd resign. Obe jai NDC, obe free amayoko nim. So koko eko apologize here. Enya me wan say okasa because NDC there munim omo found that the car say.
Ana pay Victor Smith say or say if so be pachawa. Say Omampeni mom na say pachawa.
Say Omampeni pachawa me hu e betimi ma na ko pachawa.
Because Omampeni mom na oh yeah sa nchichi munim papa mo dey ba na se oye ne bia bagana yemfa so bon bo Omampeni because
tribe bia ye Sakawa any mafia Omampeni ne kai I mean you see baby edru no me so mo pere na bo bia bewu a opere say ya me de maka it is tribal bigotry eye bibia se odwe ho a enye ye me pese tribal in some no ka sentimental and no are careful. Messi NDC amayoko na masira Omampeni Jomama. We amamo so. Eye sebe. Me to me kan sa. Ense hunu. Nim se me kan sa but eye ense hunu. It's eye ense hunu say obe ka kire a whole tribe say omo ye Sakawa fo. Say Sakawa ye obi a ofa kwan bone so. Eko bu obi frakadam. Eji na japade eji ni sika yeden edi na menim achemfo embra omo bebu Ghana for frakadam oche you need to wait me say wabebu Ghana for frakadam me say asaman kese hini me say oche memu ohini bia na say oche manfo no aba bebu obia frakadam I think say so oni obi wasema say otumika na o kache nipa no but ontumi find a whole tribe. You know, a whole tribe now Sakawa and mafia and to my pimpim. Why ye oche my for bonepa. Now we deal achim for you we deal matem. The honorable thing to do at this point, and it's all be deal Rikabe court memu. Kono kosema mi oji de pass on the bechen. Now on fanchom. Now George Parado ne
Echiopa de one of the spokesperson Nejeni Boateng said Mahama owes no apology. Oni Chiopa mo bia.
Say on pachawa ene say your mama say.
Okay.
We dey Mahama ne achimfo asem. Achimfo ehu.
Okay.
What dey waka.
All right.
Almost your mom pachawa. I think Achim is a whole state and they know what to do.
All right.
One of the things they tried to do is to establish their protest. And in the end, to just let the NDC people know, say, John Dramani Mahama know, say, quite often so deal matemono, many and young. In the days,
Dennis.
Say they know what to do to the NDC.
Okay. All right. Me that say, but Dennis Brown now Kasano can be about said, man penny that flag bearer for the NDC said, Nana do encho so video no one say before Kwejo dan kwa be bamu no mami yentie for yentie na say yes say interview my yentie your kind
begin by expressing my appreciation to the chiefs and people of the Nadoli traditional area for your continued love, patience, and tolerance for us. I remember the last time I was here during the 2016 campaign. We arrived here at 3 a.m. and you still had the patience and tolerance to wait for us. Today we've come a bit earlier. I think it's about 9:30, It's 10 o'clock. And still, you've had the patience and tolerance to wait for us. I promise you the next time we come to campaign in Upper West, we'll leave Wa and come to Nadoli first in the morning. Before we go anywhere else, so that we can see each other and interact with each other in the daytime. I want to thank Chief for his message. I've taken note of all the local issues, and like I said, governance is for you and I. It is our collective productivity that makes our nation prosper. It is the tax you pay, the tax I pay, and how we invest those taxes that brings about development. I don't build any school from the money in my pocket. All the development that took place when I was president was not money that I took out of my pocket. The schools we built, the hospitals we built, the roads we built, the CHIPS compounds, the polyclinics, the electricity, the water. All those things we took from the contributions that all of us make to the progress of this nation. And that is why our taxes must count for something. And so if a president and a government invest in development projects, we start a road, we start to build a clinic, we start to build a CHIPS compound, we start to build a hospital, we start to build a school, and we don't finish, and a new government comes. It must be like a relay race. That new government must take the baton and continue from where the old government left off. But when we have a situation where a new government comes and thinks that anything it continues and finishes from the old government will give credit to the previous government, then what progress can we make as a nation? It means that we will start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. All the countries that are advanced in this world did not develop based on a start-stop model. Government always continues. Today we just came from Dorimo, It's a big school block, community day school. It is roofed. It's just left with doors, windows, ceiling, painting, furniture, and children can start learning in that school. And yet today, if you go to that school, it's lizards and snakes that are learning in the school, not children. And the tragedy is that it's not my money that is wasted. It is our money that is wasting in that school. And that's why I say, I've not seen a situation where after 1992, projects handed over from one government have not been continued. Rawlings started some projects. Kufuor came, he continued. Mills came, he continued Kufuor's projects. I came after Professor Mills. I continued the projects Professor Mills was undertaking. But today I've gone around the whole country. If it is roads, where I left in 2017, the road has remained there. If it is schools, where we left it in 2017, the school has remained there. Hospitals, where we left it in 2017, the hospital has remained there. Electricity, you see poles, you see cables that were put there since 2016. 4 years on, the cables and the poles are still lying there. And that is why I'm saying we need to rescue this country. If you are running a relay race, you've done secondary school sports before. When you run and you give the baton to the next person continues running forward. And then he runs and gives it to the next person. And the person runs forward and gives it to the next person. And you run until you finish the race. But when you run and they give to the next person, he runs, he gives to the next person. Then Mahama takes the baton, you run, you give to Akufo-Addo. And instead of running forward, he starts running back. If you're Mahama, what will you do? You chase him to collect the baton from him and go back forward. Because this country is going backwards. I was president for 4 years. President Mills was president for 4 years, except God called him. 5 months of his term, I finished. By the time we left office in 2016, Ghana's total debt that we owed from Nkrumah's time until I left office was 122 billion. 122 billion. If you take the 122 billion, my period was 54 billion. When you go and borrow money, you don't consume it. You use it for production. You use it to build a house. You use it to extend your house. You use it to invest in your farm. You use it to buy a tractor. You use it for things that are tangible. So that tomorrow when your children ask you, Daddy, the money you borrowed, what did you use it for? You say, I bought a tractor. I bought a planter. I built this house. I extended the family house. Things that people can see that you used it for. 122 billion. Hand over to Akufo-Addo. 4 years. Today we owe 257 billion cedis. almost 140 billion, 137 billion cedis borrowed in 4 years. The 54 billion I borrowed, if you ask me as a father, what did I use it for? I'll show you the Upper West Regional Hospital. I'll show you the E-blocks across the country. I'll show you Nkrumah Interchange. I'll show you Kotoka Airport. I'll show you Wa Airport. I'll show you Tamale Airport. I'll show you Afari Military Hospital.
Okay, I'm saying my idea number so I have a shorter version. Now I'm coming person about the shorter version because now I'm about the full version. Yeah.
Full of what he actually said. So I say we mo.
And the other person to also.
Yes, o ma ko twa bi ba bi kakra bi na de nam kurum no mo ka ne o mo person mo ka.
And to me to also ma. Hey. Okay, you made them to also ma. Me ba no ma me to ma there. The
Omampeni na de don keku.
Why cry my voice no cry sanko.
Obobesia dey free senior high school. Obobesia dey one village one down. Obobesia dey for say ebie enwimum. Obobesia DC 8 district hospital didn't know. We say no e was shorter lifespan. E say omo mugina ho ni nyina. Nti no ba bewu. No e ba bewu. No, you see. Eja omo mugina ho ni nyina. Wasema wo.
Tro ne dose dodo. Abetena ha wani wu. Abetena ha ditro.
Body a omampeni kai ni nyina opa betu atena 1 hour. Ne kra ne de okai no. Obi ope president edi on kasa sa. Ope president edi a on kasa sa.
Omo ditro dodo. As a tro di twa furuma.
Them. They say, oh, free SHS. Free SHS is not part of the debt. Free SHS is 3.6 billion Ghana cedis. That is what this government has spent on free SHS. And it was taken from our oil revenues. It is not part of the debt. So let's put free SHS aside. 137 billion cedis. What have you done with it? That is the question we must enter this election with. Because he is not going to pay it if we follow the order of life. The path ahead of Akufo-Addo is shorter than all you young people. If you go to the market, you see a small goat skin and you see an old goat skin. Young people can die, I agree. But if the natural order is to be maintained, somebody who is 20 years old here is going to live maybe the next 50 years. I, at my age, I'm going to live shorter. Nana Akufo-Addo is going to live shorter. Because at his age, in the natural order of things, if everybody is going according to his age, he has a shorter time. No, I'm making a point. Because that debt, he is not going to pay it. Maybe I'm not going to pay it. It is you, our children, and our children's children who are going to pay that 140 billion cedis debt that has been accumulated in 4 years. And so the youth must take this seriously. As I speak, we introduced ESLA. They call it the Energy Sector Levy Act. It was supposed to accumulate money.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
What is life expectancy?
Okay.
John Dramani Mahama Samo kind say young people can die and collaborate me and pennyful bit me by be a friend life expectancy. ene eye emfia nipa obetimi anyina koduru me pa cho ana meboa even a mo akra life expectancy ana meboa ana wo ka say oh please twaso me pa cho o kasa na mo hama edi please keep quiet and you be a friend life expectancy and I see if you are going by the life expectancy panyini de ankobewu adan ajakwala panyi unya edu even bible cracker unya edu say emfia de am 70
but chichimi because mentias here with life expectancy it has nothing to do with your life expectancy
any bebo nipa anasa even
a mo do bia obetimi atena asase be nyi edu ai bia ansa na be
entisa na wiase na te nipa bia no wo mfie dodo bia betimi atena du asase so a uduru ho no ma be den ubewu enti ni oka nyina nse besia na na ado obo no sebio se ye called by the natural order na ado sebe obewu akọ na enchiri ma ye wo ho ye ne ba betu esa sika no enti a wose yetimi bisa na ado se anyenya bia se sika no a wode wo je a wo besia wo no bebrebe no ade na wode ya sebe ebe ma enchiri ma nso ya behunu se akufu ado wode ye wode ye b wode ye c na ye nso ya benya ho fasode and this is something oka sebe odika and Miss Asemwe Mako baby bebre sana na ado baby a wadu wanyi adu 74 years ni aka no pode nyame de ya chaw 70 unya do 70 ya bible cracker say 70 100 de amaya ni aka no ayen achede keke no de achayen enti da bia from ne no utimi ya den e ka nchi ni gu enti wo ka nchi ni agu no e de na odi gya ye nchiri ma eno ni asem a wo se yebisa na adan kwakufu ado enti president Mahama kasa asemu ya bone be no waka afi yem na chimfo ensam so. Oh, please.
David, Dennis, if you know Okasam Pacho, this is not your time.
Stop this. Stop this.
No, Dennis. No, Dennis. I'm the moderator. No, I'm the
Please. Look, I didn't think I mean you are Dennis. You are crying more than the bereaved. Oh, please. Yeah, you mama for the incasem. I didn't think you are crying more than the bereaved. Look, unya chini. Yeah, achemfo no. Ye nka se sebio omampanyi John Dramani Mahama di atem. Make we do na kwam yo chini. Oh, please keep quiet. Me yo chini. Me fi osu no. Na ma betena ha maka. Se me ba bia metena wo chebi kra no. Ai omampanyi na dan kwakufu ado bro ni krom. Ni fie ni a. Na ba bia me ko school enie Christ head e wo chebi. Ni ya ne bofi pam. What ya make na say? Me yo chini mapa ya wo me ochimam sabe me ma me yo chini me papa yo chini so ni midin ya fra me dankwa and we are saying say omampanyi John Dramani Mahama sam no kan na sabe woni di obi ata ono panyo no kan ono o reposti keke woni di obi atam oni di ochini bi atam and we Achems we are even worried about what is happening in this country say Achemfo kakra bi sabe integrity Achemfo yenya over the years na nado dan kwakufu ado eye kenoforiata eye gabiasare ochedako eye na nado na executive secretary asante bedi atuo eni na busu ya kakra bi no wo mo de ye integrity ne sabe e kwoto amena donko evisa sabe enei ye ka so bi ya saka wa se chesen se wo fa kwati kwan so achichiro obi nsagu na chi na wo no kro no na sabe ni owo no agya na afri nsam and that is what is happening under this administration. Na nado dan kwakufu ado eni na busuya fo kakra bi omo so mo ya chemfo no wo mu gu ye ya chemfo animu ase wo mo no sabe wo mo pese gold royalties e wo se Ghana fo na yenya no a chemfo kakra bi no sabe e fa sa gold royalties no wo mo pese wo mo fa no mo de mo ho eni o mabusuya no eno ne ye kaseti ase enye and me as Ochini kra no I have to be worried about this trend because am I worried about this trend dankwa ma bia me maba ba bibisa am se kwadwo dankwa wo yo chini wo tena ase e ma chemfo kakra bi sabe e di oman yi hwamo na kodu ba bi na se kwadwo dankwa ehu hia so chini me so me baba prese am omampanyin be pe bi adia Ghana fo ne achemfo bebre na be ka che se he achemfo e de ma mo den na mo ye mo tena ase hwe eye ha man kasa mutiri ho e ma nipo kakra bi sabe integrity kakra mo wo no sabe on be hwa integrity no e say mudini e ma ene mo so mo pe bi omampanyin bi adia mo so mo nya da mu nya bi di eti ye kasi sudua me asochini ye kasi sudua e chirem pefe se wo bia ni ho a wadi ochini bi atem na ne course demonstration no e yo omampanyin na dan kwakufu ado na chimfo sa kakra bi no na akọ organizing ko famo muska ato magu krom so mo ko demonstration no na dey nti na ko demonstration wabrekwa ye achemfo enim se be ye nchichire ye friend say ye nchichire obi anse
anopay enkomo ayedi for sasemi ya okay me hu sa video no but president ma Ochiman Youth Association ama ade di se senia omo chese nananom amwo Ochimem omo tachire me kai se Ambassador Smith anopay ye ne di nkomo nchire mu se nananom emfo aso omo ntachire omo nka ho mfo okaso ni chief of staff ma Ochiman Buaka Traditional Council di nkomo ni ebebe de ni se DM ofori atakra na odi sa oyechire odimu tintima okobi enti die na aka wo
DM ofori ataben
unim DM ofori ata unti di ni da wo
na why na DM ofori ata
o ti also ochini pa
why na DM ofori ata
unim
edi na agbo no DM ofori ata why na DM ofori ata
ochini pa obi oti
me pa cho kan wanu tum
me no nekasa me no kwezi nekasa
kwazi
ochini pa
DM ofori
ochini obi oti ya say ochini pa
ofori ata why na DM ofori ata
obi oti ochini
pa eti na me bi sa otere me na me na atiefo me na yen wan no DM ofori ata yen ofori ata bi o oye finance minister na mebo
me see DM ofori ata
ana me tese yen ofori ata bi nso oye finance minister oye mampanyin ni maami nuaba
ofori finance minister your friend Ken ofori ata
ana me say yen ma no da ofori ata bi
DM ofori ata
di
unim DM ofori ata ono no oye secretary ma
the Buaka state
yes
obi also we ochini o
se now yes sarcastic if you're trying no could you mean say now you are trying to be in
some so bragwesi you see
please we who DM ofori ata sisi ano we
me dem nya make kan say ofori ata di no yenim so ofori ata bi wo ho a ayoma mpanyin ni maami nuaba what I say why finance minister abusuama mo na bia yenim
mpacho me mbok no for me I just ask a simple question
me say eno ne yenim ana me boa wo ye no to eto nchen look ne yakoso aban yakose nkofo bi ase so mo me demonstration because me kwadwo da nkwa me yo chini me nya ma adwen say me to me hwagu montene so akoye demonstration ne yakoso nyina ne say aban no ni message enti wo say NDC yakofa the people's manifesto abano yenkofa bibi mfa mebom sabe na yen divert attention and no brony friend creating a red herring na make at say yen divert attention free the people's manifesto omampanyi John Dramani Mahama ahye say wo ba afimu bia no obe create 250,000 jobs ama Ghana mabunu anya den anya biaye and look say the people's manifesto ye ka ho asem enwuma ye se be create ni niam ye se be ye ni na no ya kire kwan ye be fa so ye be ye no o he sa document we ya the human resource gap analysis analysis etiefo betimi ahwe enie na ya kire wo ekwan ye be fa so a ye be create adwuma ma 250,000 youth just in a matter of year na me no ba be chebi ne wo hu senia ekwan ye be fa so a ye be ye sa enye adwuma die na
mpacho waka ayina wi a na botre waka achim saka boys waka no awie mpese hu because me pese o say there be ba me pacho me employment analysis wa
na me try on the set
there be no kojo o dey no hold on kojo so pese bia you do other matters now be kan no be cheche but sisi ade so we achim ebu akwa employment analysis me nya wa ha yeah
ni america ne say kojo dankwa me your chini mapa please
Dennis Usuma on kasa there now ye aden bajano no on kasa una be chere kasa
what is this
ba na be chere kasa man kana asem onim kasa obi ay communicate am fan so mo man kana asem yes fine yeah no Dennis bajano no Dennis jano no kana asem jano onim no Dennis there be Dennis you out of order Dennis you no Dennis you out of order why you out of order pacho you out of order no Dennis when you do that, oh, Kasa, memoir on so the infraction. Yes, I will drag it time.
And the black person may show us.
Also, there, then also.
Because Okasa,
we should die.
We say, and you say, question. Me buy, please, me buy.
Dennis,
what kind of disrespect? Why disrespect?
Jais,
I didn't know episode disrespect.
What the question about?
I didn't know what's the meaning of this.
What the question about?
Oh, Dennis, then how here?
Look, he's fond of that. No, I was saying last week over here, and they were back. And I was out to do TV. He was doing same. Why you doing like that? I didn't think I was saying. You have any DM for?
It's here for you. Don't know.
No, but what you're doing is wrong.
No, but I'm saying, and now you are not here.
Draw my attention.
No, don't draw my attention. Meet me, I'm moderating show. Meet me, I'm moderating show.
Make a and the show none yampon because Osas Soka.
So yes, I made Jawo.
Oh no, damn
we are made
Jawo.
Man, Kasa.
Because I will not allow you to speak. Because any because
I mean, so I don't know.
Make you down from your chin. Na ne achim for sabe yen so ye kan say ne progressive achims. Yen so ye de ye kan say statement aba. Ah ye kire say woman pani
and who can progressive for no?
Oh, of course, I'm part of the progressive achims.
Okay.
And a lot of us.
Okay.
What I say? I can say. Na na dan kwa kufuado he says excellency. Ni omo ya womo fa Ghana dwapade fun sebe e de mo mabusua no. Womo di gu yen achemfo animase. Enti po se obi wo eye chawo pa bia. I was na na dan kwa kufuado no de bra achemfo. So ogu yen mu ase. Se eba ne sai na achemfo sebe ye bo utidom. Se be fa abanwa na be ma Ghana sebe enye kra behwe. Na achemfo ye dini aya gye ne mfie bebre no sabe edini no entena ho afebɔ na wo de wo baaye no ne wo ye nyina sɛ wo bɛsɛ achemfo dini enti no sɛ ekyɛw pa bi wɔ ha menua enyen achemfo ane wo se demand from John Mahama because John Mahama kra no wɔno baaye a wɔnya chi ne ɔyɛ esrem ni no wɔbaaye rose wɔbɛyɛ ma achemfo no enye rose keto a koko rose wɛ sɛ koko rose wɔbɛyɛ ye wo baaye wo de tabono abetu ni nyina so wo hwɛ na wo mfa development mra ma achimam wo baaye development a na ka John Mahama ye nyina ni na ada tabono ato so wo ba na wo sɛ wo hwɛ na wo de development ba mfa ma and then wo se John Mahama wɔno a wo de development ba achim no ɔmra me pacho ye mpacho ne ye mpacho sna sɛ omunim na omo ye omo adwene sɛ they will continue on that a friend saying tangent there. Brakwesi face them as progressive attempts.
Mate me das me ba na yaba be poma be jimu closing
so I'm going to America say you know it was diversion and the people's manifesto I wasn't come was
me kind messages
diversion
me kind messages
baby and I said, near training, I was a radio station. I took Ghana for table at the radio station. Yeah, Ghana for table. I was some was even. I didn't know was a man here with the attempt for
Debbie, now my man can't message na so any upon. Enti we come na men can't message. My main kind message is because man can't be so upon. Be so any akufie. Sami Buachi says, I think we shouldn't let Mahama and his chronics divide us all because of our desperation. That's Sami Buachi with that one. Positive change from Medina says, the next NDC Mahama government will deliver the following under education. 1. Absorb 50% of the school fees of all tertiary students for the 2020-21 academic year. 2. Improve and continue the implementation of free SHS. 3. Abolish the double track system, etc. I mean, you have a list of them. I can't go read all of them. Ankuma Foster from Achimi Ayrebi says, most Ghanaians have seen the light from President Akufo-Addo. Construction of roads, construction of hospital, etc. can continue with all. Opare from Zoom says, did Mahama, the incompetent, remember that the counter that he countered the free education with more than 20 adverts? He said he will pay customers of collapsed banks. Who? Mahama? That's Opare with that one. And to one here that says, ex-President John Mahama should render apology to the Achim state for the kind of words he used during referring to the people of Achim, Sakawa. Otimonko from Kaswa with that one. Musa from Nima says the NPP is trying to deceive the Okada riders so that they will ban them after elections. That's Musa with this one. Talking about Okada riders, there was a story today about Transport Ministry said consultation guso koso. Ose Kweku from UK says we've had enough with ex-President Mahama's frustration and cracks. You left out your corrupted corridors and referred to the president and family as Chim Sakawa. That's Ose Kweku from UK. But see, please don't read this. I shouldn't read. Okay, all right. I hear you. Yeah, I was going to read it anyway. Dr. Damblo from Brimsu Apeusika says the NDC People's Manifesto is filled with transformational policies that benefit everybody, most especially the ordinary taxpayer. Dr. Damblo. God bless you for the great work. Okay, so let me see where I can start from. It says, my message to former President Mahama is that he should stay away from inciting the good people of Ghana on tribal lines. Mustafa from Abenase 441. The demonstration which was embarked on by the people of the Achim state was baseless and needless. The statement was made to some cabals of the NPP party and not the indigenes of Achim, Koka, Bismarck, Nungwa. Audrey from Tema says NDC and Mahama can copy what is in NPP manifesto, but they cannot implement it. Audrey, Tema. And Ponsa Prof from Choco says former President Mahama and now NDC flag bearer didn't put any better measures to place in place for the youth during his time. I got to listen to the full manifesto launch the other day, and there was nowhere he mentioned any better policies for the youth. That's Amponsa Prof from Choco. Now, Tofik from Kaswa 94 says the government of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has delivered and is on course to deliver on all promises made to fundamentally reform Ghanaian to improve the lives of its citizens. Cyron Jr. from Kofodia says, choose between dualization of Ghana's inner city roads under the $10 billion big push. It has implications for movement of goods and services. That's one here from Cyron Jr. Kofodia. Nana Ponsan Bediako says, are you aware? After commission of new T3 port expansion, the street lights have not come on again. Can we seek explanations from them? Okay, all right. Yampon when? Yampon. Also become manifesto answer. Yes. Yeah, just 2 minutes. It's now 10:20. So when you back and forth, yeah.
I fear by would be basically on issues of trust. Nia or share bo out to me di so. Your share bo I went to me any so. Nia or de the manifesto promises a year juma. And in your went to me and find the manifesto promises a year juma. And then nia or when is you are doing no or so de Ghana be free baby a one or Ediako baby in Nankasa yede yashe. Now no craning yam yenim ne brakwesi. Say o share a year NDC the People's Manifesto a call lanchi year and Edi anidaso, edi ahoto, edi osebon ana abakrom Ghana fo ani agye pa. Na wo de toto nsani edi MPP that for de no atoto ho a. Brakwesi utimi hu say ye nuanu MPP for sabe wo mu ni message in this upcoming elections and they are unable to tell us what their message is. Brakwesi, the anti America say issues of trust and then say ye nuanu MPP for almost the manifesto be ana beji abenwa in 2016. Na sa manifesto ya doso mu ya pensem mu ya pensem mu no ya hwe mu no na aye ne omatimi achieve no aye just 14%. Na hwe manifesto ni mu a enyema bebere a mo promise e besi ne ya mutu omatimi ani hu dwuma
14%.
Yes, 14%.
Omo de mo
ti ya 30%. Yeah. Na mo ye ma mo 14 ansa na mo be ye the analysis. Na ye ma mo 14 we ma ba me 30 dia. That's a bragwazi. Ya bomodin ye pa na meboa. MPP for say ye nya 30. Yes, so many 14. Now look, you share on manifesto a promises in 2016. Now you have signing a biometry ediswa. Brakwesi, so we have page 172 of MPP's 2016 manifesto. One more say, one region, one theater, and one region, one theater, no, ewe hefa. Ohe MPP's manifesto, page 30, one district, one market. And yenye bia one district, one market, no brakwesi, hefa na wo, and also page 30. Ohe MPP's manifesto, page 78 ya. Wamo say yebe see new harbor ewo Jamestown. Any kita, and then kita, yafa onipa or he kita port so, and so signboard pet and the siwo, I de Ghana, a yesika, and the tuasa and the pano, eka. Wamo say yabe restore the Kwale Lagoon. Na yama a year your friend is saying fish. Abba a year in Swonim, Ghana for ebetimi achi bia den. And also her page a year 55 of MPP's manifesto. And also omo kan ho asem besi ne ye hu ho hwe. Nanai me pa cho bra kwesi de ma me fama no nsi. Ade ba akwa bra kwesi a year me de yie pa. E what the people's manifesto mu a. Se kwadwo dan kwa me betena ha na man kan ho asem a, be di Ghana for ehwamo, be di a year one year wokosuku na ehwamo. I get the 50% absorption of the school fees of tertiary students. And then John Dramani Mahama ane Obatampa Maami Jane. Wamo si wamo de bano. Eya sem kesi a ede ne mu ohwama e wase ye kan ho ase. Bi se wa fi di kesi ya aso. Me ne Majeri e betena ha di ho nkomo. Ye tro petition di koma University of Ghana. Eye management ane vice chancellors Ghana. Ane vice chancellor wo University of Ghana Professor Dro. E di bi ma ba mu panyin for patro petition anie. Majeri di ono wa hu bi anie obetimi ahwe. Say, na hu hia say wasenke yetena school bosome en9. Yentimi antena school bosome 9. Yetena school bosome baako en na eye aduo no. Enti hu be hia say, eye school fees ya yetu ya no. Anka aban no be he na omudi bi be den, omudi bi man. Ye bo mo ankosi aga. Ene John Dramani Mahama ni na NDC. Wo mo say, asuku for te say me kwadwo dan kwa. Afi mu bia metua almost 120 million. 120 million no blakwesi. Enye sika kuma. And then John Dramani Mahama said, "Well, back. Kwadwo dan kwa 120 million.
All time na Kwadwo
6,000 Ghana cedis.
That's
60 million.
Me come in pacho. We can't say
me was say what the 6,000 Ghana cedis in mama free boto. Ah, met to me edibi. I share bodu adwuma asakakra. Met me be talk credit. I share a year business asakakra. Met me be mama nuaba. Not their tone so their adwuma. John Dramani Mahama na kasa asem we. It is sad ye school for ni na no. Ye de chita akoma John Dramani Mahama.
Me da se. Dennis be mo to you ni answer.
Only
the kai say ye the kai aka ye manifesto nsem bebre na yes better say anka NDC for manifesto on the bar.
Maza. Maza.
One kind of promise.
No, Maza.
Your manifesto.
No. My bro, the umbrella, my bro.
Na ye fi ho na ye che de babe ye di kan aka say
he who goes to equity must go with a clean hand.
Dia ye pese Ghana for boy na ye bo the progress na ye make it so far na ye bo ho ban ye ba ye stewardship within the last 3 years no you to me I'm making sure say the number one policy they change the face of Ghana, which is the free senior high school education. Ebe making sure say moving forward now, the Ghanaian population will be skilled and fully educated. No, you to me rolling it out. You to me so I'm making sure say financial sector ebe to ya na kan uko use ka sisike ni ho yesi machine ko fem no. You making sure say and also no you cleaning sector no banks no are stronger to be able to support our industries. You're making sure say 232 factories are ongoing across the country. Me know say 76 of them no are operational. You're making sure you're making sure say dum so e buy ya na egun ko for nyuma esen ko for nyuma ema unemployment cost no. You're making sure say dum so no so ye few. You're making sure say within the period of 3.5 years no, you created 2 million jobs. The catch Ghana for you say, baby, you to me, Pia Ghana if you are beduno. And who be here say, you have a progress now you're making home by. Near to me, a transforming Ghana, I could be echo. Ye ko ye nimuno. Ye pese Ghana for you near Kabum near consolidating achievement I achieved so far. Under the free senior high school, under planting for food and jobs, under one district, one factory, under $1 million, one constituency. Any zongo development fund, they cake and honey nano. Napco, Numano. Ubetia, NDC for Kase, Omoba, January, Omobegu. Double track. double track no so no so uguna what it means is that uguna at once yebenya nkolado do na omuntumi nya school mu nkwan yeden enko eno ne ade ese Ghana for ehwe na omutumi eboa na yetumi ka ba mu between MPP and NDC what manifesto now the issue of jobs reality physical jobs yedi bi hu any promises NDC for say between 2012 and 2016 created 600,000 jobs MPP for within 3.5 years, he created 2 million jobs. It's as simple as that. And Ghana for have a decision to make between choosing between a buyer or buyer under 3.5 years. We created 2 million jobs. Any a buyer or no buyer 4 years, we creating 600,000 jobs. Yeah, we are. Yes, say Ghana for M1 M sa progress in buy because baby I drew CCR. They introduced $219 million. I find a Gallup initiative. I know you have the best resources, teachers, and students, especially those in the disadvantaged communities. No more so much to me any quality education. Okay.
Dennis, if I'm why,
invest in health infrastructure. Now you're making sure say 88 district hospitals are yasha yes 300 ambulances are here. Yet to me I'm making sure say yes 7 new regional hospitals are there. Ababekam. Yes, sounds why introduce me can no me Yes, I'm so introducing the National Rent Assistance Scheme. We are brand here, we see so. Anka, we here 2 year, your friend say advance, 3 year advance, we nibia. Sasi can be to me a boy, no to me a day. What to me to ya, what down hoka. A fair so, free senior high school year, bay will be to me a quay. Yes, we will not be invest here. Why? Ha! Now invest to Konoso Baba Yeding. It is here and no national identification card. Now when you're alone. Okay. Sound normal way, and normal, yes, Ghana for boss. Yeah, about the last 3.5 years. No more fun to buy it. My number, the Omama in this year.
Dennis, young
What would happen is that
may that say Dennis. May that say. Namisha Papa Dennis Aboagye, former MCE. Equiapim North. Sounds a member of the NPP National Communication Team. Kojo Dankwa of the NDC. Belongs to the NDC National Communication Team. On the paying penny for yes, yeah, discussion. And now, unfortunately, into me, for course, yeah, Brennan call. And I have some birthday dedications in here. My main fire and trim na sorry so I would be so. A special birthday wish to a pretty and adorable wife of Sherifa. That's north of Roger Cote. Sherifa Cote, Sherifa Cote, aka Bombo Bombo.